Welcome to the internet. Just need to make sure my Twitch chat works.
Welcome to the internet. Nothing bad has ever happened on
Oh no,
here.
what? I mean, why would people go around lying on the internet as well? It's the internet. Yep, we are actually live.
Yeah.
Unlike the last time I tried to stream with Kristen, where we just weren't.
I broke it.
Yeah, because
I broke Twitch in
broke
the
my
UK
stream.
for being there.
Right. Hello, everyone on the airwaves. Welcome to episode 1 of Commander in Chat, my experimental new series, which is, it's like the Aldi equivalent of EDH and Chill. It's the off-brand version. I've assembled a crack team of fantastic guests today to join me. We have the fantastic Kristen. I decided I'm starting with you. Say
Is that
hello,
my title now? Like the fantastic
Kristen.
I was wondering.
I mean,
who
to
was
be
gonna
fair, like having EDS means that I am flexible and have slightly stretchier skin. So you know, it's pretty fantastic, right?
Of course. So, Kristen, welcome to the stream. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to just play Commander and chat, and I'm all out of chat.
So it's just gonna be Commander. I'm assuming people who are watching know what you do, but just in case they don't, why don't you tell people what it is you do in the Magic the Gathering sphere?
I'm basically insufferably Boros everywhere. I'm the content manager at Hipsters of the Coast. It's a great website. You should check it out. Lots of cool writers. I write there too. And then I just basically just soiree around guesting on things and having fun.
Yeah, you've kind of got the good life, really. You get to get invited to all this content without having to really do any of the hard work.
Yeah, and who'd have thought it, right?
Yeah.
I always had the goal of being a lady who lunched. It just turns out that means having lunch at home.
But you don't just have me and Kristen. You also have ALK Alters.
Oh, hey, it's me. I am ALK Alters. I do pretty cards on the internet. I also guest on a lot of people's streams because everyone is online these days. So I'm excited to be here and excited to play some Commander.
Wonderful. So you make the pretty Magic cards. I'm incredibly fortunate to own some of your pretty Magic cards.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll kind of get into some more of those talking points about pretty Magic cards later. I've got a few lists of talking points on my phone.
Sure.
And it's not just about you. I've kind of got talking points for everyone about the content they make and the content they do. And of course, we are joined by a content creator I've been really looking forward to making contact with. We have Angelo, the Jess guy.
Hello. How's it going? How is everything?
Pretty okay.
Yeah.
So, for the viewers at home, what is it you do?
So I write articles for a very small indie website. You may not have heard of it. It's called EDHrec. We're kind of an up and coming Commander website. You know, we're trying to. Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
EDHrec, is that WRECK? Like you wreck?
Yeah. Wreck.
Yes.
You wreck magic.
That's how he's going to leave us at the end of today.
Yeah. But no, I write for EDHrec. Great website, great writers, great podcasts, great everything, really.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough to write there and, do shenanigans on Twitter and bother people with me being unapologetically Jess guy, much like Kristen is unapologetically Boros. Much to many people's chagrin. But it's fun, and I enjoy doing it, and that's really what matters.
Wonderful. So yeah, people that don't know what Commander in Chat is my new experimental idea of get some people from the community into a game of Magic, but the Magic is going to be the side part. It's the friends we make along the way. It's the sidebar of what we're doing. What we're doing is opening up a discussion, not really in depth about the nitty gritty of Magic, kind of just 4 friends sitting around a table, talking, while just so happen to be slinging some spells at each other. I've got a few talking points. If anyone in chat wants to put forward other talking points, you're more than welcome to. Think of it like a roundtable discussion about whatever we really want to talk about. We're just going to be wasting your time. So, without further ado, I'm going to get a game going. Anybody can join. So, we'll get in the game and then we'll talk about what we're playing. I'm sure some people will have stories behind the decks they're playing as well. Just waiting on you, Angelo.
I haven't gotten your buddy request yet.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, well then.
Because she's not your buddy.
I couldn't think of a good time to interject that while everyone was introducing themselves.
Lily invites Angelo on just to snub him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just someone. I'm just getting someone else to join as well.
Just a flex.
From the audience, just a shining light. Come on down.
I don't know. Our surprise guest is Pleasant Kenobi.
All right, guys. It was nice. It was nice to see you all. Bye.
All right, go on, Angelo.
3 to gunge, Angelo.
Our secret slime action. Right.
Dave Benson Phillips just getting all up in there.
Angelo, I've sent you a message on Magic Online. You should be able to add me from there.
All right, let me check because I still haven't got anything.
I've just managed to add myself as a buddy.
Well,
I didn't know that was possible.
Hold on. Let me try and add you. What's your name?
It's Princess Lily.
Okay.
I keep everything on brand.
Perfect. I know that feeling.
Mm.
All right. I just added you.
Gotcha. That means you should be able to join this game.
All right. Let me see. Sorry for holding everyone up.
That's quite all right. And yes, what we're going to do is everyone's going to kind of mulligan their hands and do the start magic thing. If everyone's got an entirely unkeepable hand, I will just restart the game. I don't really want people going to within reason. I don't want people
Everyone's not mulliganing to Mana Crypt.
Oh no, who would mulligan to Mana Crypts?
It's gonna be
Wait, hold on. Mana Crypt was an option.
Turn 1 Mana Crypt, turn 2 pass.
Turn 1 Mana Crypt into turn 4 Elesh Norn. I can't think of anyone on stream that did that in a semi-popular Magic the Gathering web series. And still loses the game.
You put us in the catch-22. It was horrible.
It was the worst. I really hated that.
I couldn't win without killing you, but
and I couldn't kill anyone because all I had was Elesh Norn.
And then Rachel couldn't kill anyone without killing you, and we were all just sat there like Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Angelo, any luck yet?
No luck. I don't see you at all. I
It's
don't see anything showing up.
It's the game like right at the top.
Are you in the Commander Open Play lobby?
Yes, I am. Here, let me restart Moto real quick.
Okay. Yep, no worries.
Because no games are showing up from anyone.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's
sorry about that.
That sounds like a Magic Online problem. That's quite all right. No worries. We're only 10 minutes into the stream.
Yeah, this is also really my first foray into MTGO.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
no, it's all right. I've played Pauper before, right? It's basically the same thing.
I mean,
I might have talked about that on the podcast with PJ. I recorded it in February, so who knows? I can't remember.
Oh, look at you getting on podcasts and everything.
My podcast. And yeah, I'm not going to listen back to it to figure that out because I just hate listening to myself.
Yeah, it's actually is one of the talking points I had. Do people that make audio or visual based content? I don't know if ALK does. I know you stream though. Do you ever rewatch anything you've made?
It depends. I'm getting better about it. I have had a lot, and if we're gonna get real, let's just get real, right? I've had a lot of like self-image issues about my the way I look and sort of the way I present. It goes back a long way, and so there have been times when I have been really. It depends on how it goes. I'm better on video, and like actually being in quarantine has been really helpful, I think, because like every time I'm on a Zoom chat or a Teams chat or whatever, I have to look at myself in the webcam preview, and it's
Yeah.
actually really helpful for me to, because I do improv performance now a lot, and it's helpful for me to see myself performing as I do it and get that sort of real-time feedback on how I'm acting and how I'm looking. And so I think it's really helped with a lot of those issues,
Oh, of
and
course, yeah.
has helped me get over a lot of those things.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely come from that same or similar background. I used to do a lot of stage acting. Theatre was a big passion of mine. It's what I went to university for. And yeah, I think without that, I wouldn't have been able to really get into content creation because I'm already pretty low confidence as it comes, and theatre definitely helped me build up confidence. But I can't rewatch anything I've made. I've not managed to sit through a single full episode of Sarah's Angels when that was a thing, and I don't rewatch any of my own VODs because I just wince when I hear myself.
It's a thing though, isn't it? No one like I'm please don't get me wrong, I'm not like sort of belittling some of the other reasons why that might be, but it is just a general thing. People don't like hearing themselves.
No, people really don't. I think being transgender, I think voice is a big thing, and it's a big it can be a big knock to your confidence. Right, opening up those things. Looks like the game's underway as well. Just waiting on Angelo to decide whether or not to play first.
Oh.
The idea is you should always play first.
Such a hard decision.
Unless you really want to mess with people's heads.
I am good with this hand.
Yeah, I can keep this hand.
You know what? Let's keep this.
And
we
Kristen,
don't. We
how
get a
was
free
your
mulligan,
hand?
actually, right?
It's
get a free mulligan.
really not very good.
Yeah, let's actually free mull this.
Yeah, take your free mull. I'm going to keep my hand. It's a 3-lander with some gas.
Anton posted in the chat, theater has helped me immensely in dealing with bully.
Completely, yes.
Yeah, this is much better. And me too, because every time a bully comes up to me, I just recite Hamlet's Act 3, Scene 1 soliloquy, and they're like, "Wow, that was dope, dude!" And then we're
that was gnarly.
That was such a good soliloquy.
No.
You really portrayed Hamlet's inner turmoil.
I think we're gonna have to go again.
So you have to go again? That's quite alright.
Yeah, I can't go to 5, I'm afraid.
No. Oh god, no. Right. Remaking the game. Create. Right, game is up again.
Concede.
But yeah,
doing
kind of similar to Dan, like
on Moto.
It gets easier every piece of content I do to hear my own voice, but I still don't go out of my way to listen to it, I guess. If there's some like good content where I had fun and I want to like kind of relive the thing that I did, maybe I'll listen to it. But other than that, it's not for me. I don't like hearing myself.
I mean, kind of to make a very small announcement, Princess Lily MTG Video Sphere will be coming to YouTube in the very near future. This will in fact be the first thing I upload to YouTube.
Yeah.
So, because I know people don't like VODs. I know people find VODs difficult to watch, or just you don't get the same thing of YouTube.
Wait, no, this is good. Yeah, I'll keep that.
This is a garbage hand. I've got a 1-lander and 2 6.
Not nearly as good as my first hand, but that's all right.
Mine is like semi-playable.
Okay, well, let's see if my mulligan's good.
I'll keep this one. I was able to free mull.
2 land or 2 3-drops, and a 4-drop. I think I'll take a 6. I'll play off 6. Luckily, I guess the viewers at home can see what how bad my hands are, or how good my hands are. So that's something, I guess. Right. Just waiting on Angelo.
And keep. Yep.
Wonderful. I'm gonna mull.
Yes, and if I'm lagging like behind with commands, please let me know because I'm not used to MTGO.
Right. This is a keep. This is a keep. I'll 2 3. Oh, it's my pet card in this deck, but I think we ship Gallows at Willow Hill back. But we keep this 6. This 6 is absolutely fine. Right, so yeah, we are underway with our game of Magic.
You know what's great? We did a budget limit on our decks for this, and you know what's great about playing 5-color on a budget?
Do tell.
Wait, we're playing on a budget.
Oh no!
Oh, for real, are we playing on a budget?
Are we playing on a budget?
I mean,
this deck is pretty much a budget deck, other than like lands.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, at least I didn't keep it absolutely too bonkers hand, I guess.
Yeah. So ALK is playing on a budget.
Yep.
So
I too am somewhat playing on a budget.
So yeah, of course, we are all playing a commander deck, as is the norm, as is the feeling of the times. So
I'm role playing as that player that sits down and goes, "Yeah, it's a 6."
So we'll kind of go around the table. We'll start with Kristen because you're in my top left-hand corner. Who are you playing? And kind of just explain your deck.
Oh, duh, you added the little. I was gonna be like, well, there's ALK and there's. I'm playing Aurelia, the War Leader. Aurelia was my first love. I don't know why. I just was like, this is a cool card. It does combat things. I like to hit people. That's fun. Also, she's just badass looking. Right?
She has like some of the best art in the game.
Yeah, and some of the best fan art as well. Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, why not? So I've built Aurelia in paper, a couple of different builds. I've tried a Voltron one, I've done like a generic good stuff one.
Yeah.
The current one I have built is Angel Reanimator.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just, I like, it does everything I want to do in Boros. I really like equipment too.
Oh, equipment is fantastic. Right, so I'll move on from you and your little Aurelia spiel. Andy, what are you playing?
I am playing Ramos Dragon Engine. As I said, it's a 5-color commander. I really like Ramos because it's a powerful commander, but it's not like just super powerful.
Yeah.
There goes my budget.
I mean, you get the ability to just make 10 mana, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's also like this dumb 5/5 flyer for 6.
Yeah. It's one of those weird. It's a 4/4 flyer.
Yeah. Well, it gets to be a 5/5 once you start casting spells.
If you untap, it's a 5/5.
At least. But I really like Ramos Dragon Engine. I really like how there's the cycle of the artifacts that each crack to add 2 colors, and they're all the parts of Ramos. They kept that in theme.
Are you playing like the Cauldron pieces as well?
I wish. No, this deck has a very specific goal, and you'll figure it out pretty soon.
You've got a perfect mana base right now.
Look, perfect mana is just how you do it in this new age of triomes.
Triomes are so busted. I love them.
What's it like to have a perfect mana base?
Must be nice.
Wait,
She
hold
says
on.
with her plateau.
Did someone say perfect mana base?
Holy. On brand. Right, yeah. So moving on from Ramos Dragon Engine, Angelo, what is it you're playing?
I'm playing Pramicon Blink. I really didn't know what to expect when coming into this. So I was like, oh, if, Kristen gets out of hand really quickly and wants to attack me, well, I could just play Pramicon and kind of, move her in other directions for right now. But going into an unknown meta, I was like, is it better to play Narset or Pramicon? And I was like, probably Pramicon. That way I don't get aggroed out.
Pramicon. Right, so we're going to play our...
I love that my reputation precedes even the start of the game.
Yeah.
Pre-gaming.
I've been metagaming this whole
Play
time.
Wooded Bastion into my Hamlet Captain. So when it attacks or blocks, other humans get +1/+1. So, yep, I decided to bring Sigarda Heron's Grace to the table. She makes me and my humans hexproof, which I think is such a great flavour thing, because odds are if you're playing the game, you are also a human.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is human tribal with a very Innistrad focus.
Oh.
That's a house of a card.
Turn 2 Janeth Magistrate.
So
Banned
correct me if I'm wrong. You can't cast your commander.
Yeah.
Okay,
That is correct.
that's fine. Mine's not for a while. But yeah,
It's basically just a 2-mana eat a path, so Aurelia doesn't have to.
It's a 2-mana ramp spell because someone else paths it.
I mean, the upside is you now can't cast your commander either.
Can. It says
No,
your
your
opponent.
opponents.
Fuck me,
Ah.
that's
Yep.
stupid.
Speaking of perfect mana,
Oh, that's so good. Right. Wonderful, wonderful. Right. So, we've kind of all introduced what we're playing. I'm going to kick it off with a super light, fluffy, nice thing to talk about at the start of Magic. And that, of course, is in the set New Phyrexia. Who should have won? And why is it correct that the Phyrexians won?
Neil Patrick Harris. because anyone that wasn't around for the Phyrexian block and sees NPH just thinks of Neil Patrick Harris. I can't. Every time someone abbreviates that set, I'm just like, Neil Patrick Harris? What?
Yeah, the Neil
I
Patrick
just think
Harris
it's a
set.
Godbook leak.
Oh, that poor Godbook leak.
Hold on. Quick question, because I don't know how to do Magic Online. How do I untap lands?
Right click
Zed?
and undo.
Oh, no, not that. Don't listen
Perfect.
to me.
Look at that. Thanks, everyone.
It's okay.
Oh, poor Angelo. Nimbus Maze, such a confusing card.
I love Nimbus Maze.
Farah.
That's a good
Ooh.
Magic card.
It's a good Magic card.
Oh, right click concede. Yeah, I should have done that.
It's the
All good
best
for.
thing to place. But no, so
It does annoy me how right click and concede is so near like the other options that are useful.
yeah, right. It's right near the top.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna rage quit, you need to be able to do it quickly, right?
Exactly. I'm gonna just.
I had to play some Mycoria cards anyway, right? Like,
Oh, you got to rep the new set.
Hey, I don't like where this is headed.
I'm gonna play my Devout Chaplain.
I mean, it can deal with Afara, so I do like that. But
Oh god, it can. This card's really good. I'm gonna make the first attack. I'm gonna attack in at Angelo. Give my Devout Chaplain that
Aggressive.
can't attack +1/+1. So yeah, I am personally happy with the way the story of New Phyrexia went. I know a lot of people were disappointed that the Mirrans lost, but you know they were shit anyway. So fuck
I think it's the more. I mean,
hey,
it's more-
don't bait them too hard. Big Daddy Erebras might come out of the deck today.
Poor.
It's the more interesting ending, like
Yeah.
for the Phyrexia to come back. and be in charge. I think part of the way that the story worked, like there's a bit of a retcon with how the glistening oil works that turned the Phyrexians just sort of into the Borg. That
Yeah.
was a little less interesting and like made them kind of overpowered.
I can see that. Mask of Memory seems good.
Yeah, it's not
I-
terrible.
It's a good match.
I think narratively, it made sense.
Yeah.
Because hey, we haven't had this this super awesome villain in 10, 12 years. They're not just gonna bring him back and get rid of him again.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the Phyrexians are just like they're really cool. Like their design is great. They're
Take
they're-
one. Aha.
they're very interesting, and like Magic doesn't have a whole ton of like great villains.
yeah, it's kind of
so-
Nicol Bolas or bust.
And Nicol Bolas is not the greatest. Like,
Oh god, no.
Well, I
He's just
mean, sorry.
he's just a dragon that's like kind of a dick.
Yeah, or when they do have good villains and good setup, they have people write really bad stories to finish up their arc.
Oh, I got on Anton's bad side in the chat.
Oh, this is really hard.
I mean, however, Anton is right. The Phyrexians are also hot, so. And I mean,
Debatably, it depends on which one.
I mean, okay, which one is the
we can
correct
also-
one?
It's definitely Vorinclex, right? I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, it's Jingatixius. I'd discard my hand to Jingatixius all day long.
Someone once said to me that Vorinclex looks like he's just told a really funny joke that only he finds funny, and he's leaning against a tree, laughing so hard, and I can't unsee that now.
That
Dad
makes
joke
him
Vorinclex.
basically me at that point. So,
Oh, that's first.
yep.
So you're
It's a
gonna let
5-color deck, and the commander has counters. So,
They even have the new artwork. What are you playing at?
pardon me.
because I didn't want to spend like the 0.2 tickets to buy a new art.
Yeah, Furman's a card I never thought they'd have reprinted, especially like a main set. Like that just felt so wild to me. I was like looking through the spoiler, I was like, oh, Fertilid. Well, that probably that's a strange choice, Wizards. It says target player and everything. Right, ooh.
Ooh, Foxy.
Oh,
Yeah, that would have been Kiki Jiki, so that's probably a good thing.
I mean, I'd let you play Kikijiki on an open board with nothing else. That's
As far as
fine.
you know.
Oh. Oh no.
It's cool, but it's no Skittering Surveyor.
And neither of those two cards are a Pilgrim's Eye.
Yeah, but this one has Vigilance, which is clearly better than Flying.
Oh yeah, Vigilance is so much better than Evasion. No,
It's a cutie patootie.
yeah. Oh, I love a Farfinder. I love Farfinder. It almost found a spot home in my cube, but I'm already playing Pilgrim's Eye, and I'd just be taking out a Pilgrim's Eye at that point.
I do also appreciate how like the name, like the way they've used the alliteration and stuff. It sounds cute.
Yes, it's a great naming choice.
it's like that's one of the things that I love about Magic is that like all of like I mean the art is just so fantastic for every single card, and like each card usually has this very great combination of flavor and name and art. Like everything is just high quality. Oh, that's a Casual Guy's Cradle.
It's a Casual Guy's Cradle about to power out one of the most powerful spells in Magic's history. So, I hope you're ready for my increasing devotion.
Yikes.
Oh boy. I think either a Fire or Chromatic Lantern isn't long for this world.
I mean, I'm assuming people think the Afara should be the one being popped here.
Probably. It's harder to deal
Wait.
with, right?
Hold on.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
Hear me out. You could obviously deal with her at any time, and all she's doing is making sure that I don't not
All
get
she's
plans.
doing is letting you draw cards. Yeah.
I drew 1 card.
That's one more
Oh,
card than
yeah,
I've been drawing.
Magic Lantern
And
has
wait, hold
done
on. I'm also at
great.
37 life because I've been brutally attacked twice.
Oh my goodness. Are we really starting this now?
It's chip damage.
Yeah.
Brutally
Alright,
attacked.
It's a
Why?
casual
We
little
get
love
Everyone
tap.
loves chip.
Everyone loves
Whoa, hold on. I am not running
Fallen.
Vidal Canori.
Hobbs, you've got a good point there. He is just a big old dragon that just likes books.
I really wish they would have kept some of that characterization from the Legends art. In
Oh,
his
yeah.
character.
Right.
Like this super loner dragon who just wants to be left alone and like casually. All right,
Yeah,
where's his head?
I'm sorry, Angelo. It has to go. It's really
That's
good.
fine.
She just got ephemerate.
God, it's like what in the Telltale games where it's like Angelo will remember that.
Well, using that as a segue onto another talking point, I assume people like video games. Video games are things people play. Does anyone have a particularly favourite video game franchise, or if not a franchise,
how
just a
long have we
particular
got?
game?
I think I think there's one thing that connects the three of us, or at least Angelo and me. I know.
Okay,
Which
well,
one's that one?
Pokemon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
But I know, Kristen, I think are you talking about Mass Effect right now? Or?
I assume it's the Mass Effect.
Maybe Mass Effect, maybe Witcher, maybe. I'm really big on Persona 5 right now.
Mm,
The soundtrack is just incredible.
yep.
Yeah, it's got some very pretty music in it. Personally for me, I play a lot of games, is the thing. Probably my favourite franchises are either Mega Man, if I'm kind of going for games I grew up with. Or, honestly, I absolutely adore the Batman Arkham series.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I love Mass Effect. I've played 1, 2, and 3. I still think 3 had a perfectly fine ending. I'm not going to die on that hill, but I think 3's ending was fine.
It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for people in the chat to call me out for saying that. I'm just wrong. But no, I think 3's ending was perfectly fine. I played it. I didn't hate it. I didn't write angry forum threads.
Dan, can I draw a card to try and answer this devout chaplain?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Thank
Wait,
you.
what about the 511s too?
I'm a
I mean,
good
I can't make any promises. Single target removal will definitely go in it.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I'm playing human tribal.
You killed a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Humans did kill God.
Atheism. God is dead.
Yeah. If you look really closely, my devout chaplain does have a very large moustache.
That's pretty niche.
Cool. I mean, recently I've been playing the new XCOM, which is fantastic. I love me some turn-based strategy. Or I'm already tired. That's bad. But I'm playing the new XCOM.
Yeah, it's not 8:37 where you are.
No, it's not. It's 1:37 in the afternoon, and I've had lunch and I'm quite stuffed. But I'm playing the XCOM. Playing. My fiance's been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's a very pretty game. I think it's got some fundamental issues, but I think it is quite nice to look at. And
Very pretty.
and I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3 finally, which is a game franchise that is near and dear to my heart, but makes no fucking sense at
It's
all.
so it's so weird how hard that franchise just completely steered into the skid of the story just being incomprehensible nonsense.
Yeah. I think it really goes to show that Square could put out anything under Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts fans will be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Oh, yeah. That's fucking Elsa from Frozen fighting a anime man with a big black cloak. That's fine. That happens. They hit each other with giant fucking keys. But no, I have a real love for the franchise because it was one of the first like games I ever like proper meaty games I ever sunk like hundreds of hours in. But replaying the whole franchise with like the special PS4 release thing they did. Oh, that's an Atali.
That's an Atali.
Whoa.
That's a good Magic card.
Well, I'm just gonna crack my Fertilid mana and get a land. That seems like a comparably powerful play right now.
That's just as good.
Mm-hmm. Kingdom Hearts, though, like, I remember playing the original and just, it was such a trip. And then didn't really, I played 2 when it came out and then kind of gave up on it until Birth by Sleep. And then I kind of got back into it.
Yeah. I'm off
which
the...
isn't really an exciting story. I don't know why I'm saying that, but yeah, I went to see the concert last year.
Oh,
it was
wow.
bloody great.
Yeah,
I
that's
cried
one of the things I really
3
wanted
times.
to do.
It was
the
so
music
good.
in the series is really good.
I mean, it's a Square Enix series. I don't think I've ever been unimpressed by the music Square has been able to achieve in some of their games. But yeah, like, I think one of the big fundamental issues with Kingdom Hearts is it requires you to what was it called? It requires you to play all of their side games.
Yeah.
To get an in-depth knowledge of the story, and that is a company essentially telling you, oh yeah, you need to buy a PS2 and a PS3 and a PS4.
Oh, it's all been remastered on collections.
Oh, it's all been remastered, but kind of as it's released, like, I need a PS2. Oh, and we just released a Game Boy Advance game, but you need to play it. Oh,
Okay, let's hope I can make Kirkesh work on Magic Online.
Oh no.
Oh, bye, Hobbs. Thanks for coming by.
Yep, see you later, Hobbs. It was great to have you here, my dude.
Bye, Hobbs. Have a nice day.
But yeah, Birth by Sleep, I'm of the incredibly strong opinion of I think it is the best game in the series.
Oh, the combat system with the way you evolve your abilities is just so much fun.
Oh yeah. So all the games in the like remaster collection, I have 100% completed, and I think that game ended up taking me like nearly 200 hours.
Yeah.
To like hunt down everything.
I really enjoyed Fragmentary Passage as well, where you got to play as Aqua in the KH3 engine. It was sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know what those words mean, but sure.
Yeah. I think the issue with the Fragmentary Passage for me was I've got no issues with its length because all it is really for me was a nice prologue into playing.
The tech demo, right?
Yeah. But it only ran at 30 frames. And when going from like the remasters that were all running at 60 into that, and it just felt like, oh no, I really hope 3 runs well. Because like having a minor delay on everything just felt a bit...
3 runs fantastically.
Oh, 3 runs so much better than I expected it to.
I went through... So I've got the Oathkeeper, but I haven't done the critical run to get Oblivion yet because that's difficult.
Oh god, if you got a... Like, to get all the Keyblades, if you got to actually do a run on a high...
So, for Oathkeeper, you need to collect every Lucky Emblem photograph.
Yeah.
And then for Oathkeeper, you need to complete the game on critical.
Fuck me.
They're free DLC, but you have to do stuff to get them.
Because the problem is, I am intending to 100% complete 3, but it's in essence of if it counts towards 100% or not.
Right. How far are you through it?
So I only started it 2 days ago. I've just gotten to Twilight Town.
Okay.
Which has given me massive nostalgia.
Oh, so many feels.
Right, this is a really good turn. I'm going to play a Vanquisher's banner.
for tapping
Yikes.
one land seems fair.
Yeah, seems good. Magic
Powerful.
is hard. Okay. We're
The
gonna.
Gaia's Cradle as well. Jesus
so,
Christ.
yeah, right. We're gonna name human, of course.
Hashtag budget.
It did give me the option to name ogre
There you go.
for all
Get
the
that
ogres I control.
totally tribal.
Out of my swamp.
And I'm gonna play a Thalia Heretic Cathar.
None of this seems to be dealing with the Itali, and I'm very concerned about that.
I have so little removal.
Well, hold on. Think about it this way. If Lily just decides to murder Kristen out of nowhere, that is dealing with the Italian.
technically speaking, but
I hope that doesn't happen, but it could.
I'm scared of Lily right now, honestly. Even though I have an
Lily's
Itali,
really
it's fragile.
Lost a lot of magic.
Have you ever
I-
tried putting shoes on a dinosaur? It's difficult.
I simply have a 1/1, but I do have 6 open mana.
that is true.
That's not a threat. That's just an observation.
So I'm going to combat, and I am
That's just
passing
a-
through.
That's just a number of mana that you have open.
Of course. I mean, I personally don't feel I've got a safe attack anywhere. Is the issue? Like I should swing out at Kristen. I'll lose a token or a Hamlet Captain, and then get cracked back. I feel much more safer on the block.
I mean, you have 41 life. The crackback isn't what's gonna hurt. It's the Itali trigger.
It's the possibly the Atala trigger. Luckily for me, there's no good cards in my deck.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Except for Gaia's Cradle, which is already on the
There's
board.
some good
Exactly.
cards in this deck.
I think the best thing like Kristen could probably steal from me is like a Sun Titan or an Avacyn.
Those also seem like good things.
They are good
Do
magic
you have a
cards.
Boundless Realms? Because that would be cool.
I do not have a so something I never like. I always get
no,
asked
the lands
is if
come
I
in
play
tap.
why I don't play cards like Crows and Grip or your land's in a tap from my Avacyn, no, from my Thalia. So why I don't play
So
cards like
rude.
Kadama's Reach or Cultivate, and choose to play Skyshroud Claim or Nature's Law is I don't play anywhere near as many basic lands in my decks as other people. I will fill my decks with utility lands. I'll fill my decks with dual lands of every shape and size. So I never end up playing cards like Boundless Realms because I don't have a basic to search all the time. I think
Boundless,
this deck,
if it's like a 2-color deck, Boundless Realms, I'll usually have enough basics.
I play it in mono green. And in green-based decks that care about lands. Oh, that's Natalie going at Andy.
Yep, that's Itali coming at me.
You're the only one that's open. It's not personal.
Angelo's open.
No, I have a
but you
1/1.
bunch of mana.
I have a
Rise or something.
I mean, you could attack me.
Settle the wreckage.
Oh, that's a Hammer of Nizan. That's a good card.
Is that the only thing you hit?
Apparently.
So,
I think
yeah, you got a
so.
Temple
Yeah, you
Garden
hit
on
an
one
island
side,
for me.
Island, swamp. Oh, so
Well-
you got your own hammer.
That Italia is now even harder to remove.
Not the worst thing for Itali to get.
Yeah, it's like there could have been far more more powerful pieces.
It's still
Yeah,
kind of
not bad,
sad
but not
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one free card instead of 4. I just take a casual 8 damage.
Oh god. Yeah, it's only 8 damage. You can take that.
Yeah, I mean that's why we have 40 life, right?
Yeah, I mean if not, there's not much else you can do. You can block.
It doesn't have trample. I could have blocked.
Lovely. Right, we've got a couple of questions from viewers as well. To get in there. At the Archmage asks, how much does cost determine your threat assessment in EDH? For example, a player plays a Bayou, turn 1 in their Aiden Oakenshield deck. I don't actually know what that is. How much do you go after that person? This question's from a personal experience. So, I will be honest and say that if I'm sitting down at a table, especially in paper, and I see someone go Delta, Crack, Underground Sea, tap,
Come on.
Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, go, something like that, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. You're dying first, my dude.
Well,
It just proceeds to the scoop phase.
I feel like that turn, though. I mean, that's an absurd turn.
Oh, of
pretty
course.
much, no matter what level of budget you're on. I mean, the Mana Crypt is definitely like that's it's a weird thing between budget and power level.
Yeah.
Because the two don't always necessarily correlate. Like obviously, if someone cares enough about their deck to like put a lot of very high cost cards in it, then
Draws so many
do.
The old 5 mana draw 5.
Yep. You need to assume that it's going to be pretty good, but
Yeah.
I like to do threat assessment. Angelo, what are you doing here? Nice.
Oh,
You gonna give me 5 more
nice.
cards?
I just want some cards. That's all I want to do. We already talked about this. I just want to draw cards.
Dual Cast Mage is such a good card.
But like, I think threat assessment needs to be based on what
I almost hit same targets.
do and what is on the board.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, if someone has a higher budget, that means that they're obviously more capable of doing more powerful stuff, just in general. But
Yeah.
like, if someone has a Locust God deck, for example, I know you just know that like if that's a powerful deck, they can just win.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like Zerd the Enchanter or
Mhm.
Chillane, like all these commanders, you just kind of, that's more important than whether they have a dual land.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
Oh, sorry.
No, off you.
So I don't know about anywhere else, either in the world or just in the US, but I know where I live, which is the East Coast, we have a lot of old Magic players. Like, specifically in the state that I live in, we have like the highest percentage of Candelabra of Tawnos like printed in our state. That's it. Like, because our legacy scene is like actually pretty big.
Yeah.
But so when I grew up learning, a lot of the times I would play against people who are in their 40s and 50s who are just coming back to the game, who are just like, yeah, here's my Bayou and my Badlands and this and that, and here's a craw worm. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
all right. So at least on my end, if someone in this example, if someone is playing Oakenshield and they go Bayou and pass the turn, I'm like, all right. I look at them and I say, are you one of those people who played in high school and just still have your entire collection and you're just coming back into it? Because sometimes those people are, just as casual as, a new player.
Yeah.
But, in your example, if they're like, oh yeah, no, crack, fetch, dual land, soul ring, crypt, I'm like, yeah, that's that's a little scarier.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, it's interesting because there's like, we have like one of perhaps probably the most enfranchised player in our player group locally. He has like a legacy collection, so he's got like jewels in all of his decks and all these old cards and stuff. But
yeah,
his win percentage might be like one of the lowest, just because a mixture of the people might have more synergistic decks, or he just gets ran at. Like, it's not the be all and end all.
Ooh, that's an Imperial Recruiter. That can search up a Kiki Jiki, don't you know?
Yeah, it can.
It could, but luckily Farfinder is in that Kiki.
Not Kiki.
Because that was a thought.
Yeah.
Especially on this board state.
But I personally think I think I have a very good threat assessment, but I think I get far too clouded in what I think someone's deck's going to do.
Oh no, Angelo, you failed to find.
I hit OK by accident. That's all right.
That's the worst part about Magic Online.
Yep.
We're fine.
Very sad.
I'll survive.
I'm sure you will. But no, I think I've got a very good threat assessment in general, but I get so wound up in the idea of what I think a deck might do, rather than what I think rather than what the deck actually will do. Like when I've queued up against like a Joda deck, and I'm like, oh, okay, right, this is going to be Joda Super Friends. I'm just gonna start hating them out, and then they say, oh yeah, I'm playing Joda All Sagas. I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have hit you for like 30. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. But it's on. I mean, that's part of the turn 0 conversation.
Oh, of course, yeah. I think
If you
the issue with Magic Online is you can't have that as much, especially if you're playing with randoms.
I mean, you can. There's a chat. You can still do it
yeah.
a little bit. But I agree. Like, if you are representing a very powerful commander, then it's your responsibility to, like.
Yeah, because like on Magic Online, like, the first thing I'll say sometimes in a lobby if I'm playing Aurelia is, I do or don't have Helm of the Host, like,
yeah,
because people will just assume that you have it, right?
Yeah.
There might be a help.
Really, Lily, that was mean.
That's like, would you let me have an indestructible Atali?
No.
Exactly. And I'm glad you're honest. Right, we're gonna tap for.
Is this how you treat all of your guests?
No, I tend to treat my guests way better. So I'm gonna play one of my favorite humans, a Tireless Tracker.
Yikes!
This card's fantastic.
Look at you doing all the value things. You're not even playing blue and black.
I'm drawing so many cards. I almost cut Vanquisher's Banner from this deck.
It's great.
I think it's so good. I think it's so much fun to play with. Right, so we got that, and
I just like every time I play Vanquisher or like Vanquisher's Banner, it's in a blue deck that could also play Kindred Discovery. And like, I'll just play
Kindred Discovery. God, that is the life.
That's a magic card right there.
That card is ridiculous.
That card's absurd. Oh, here's the Mana Crypt. Where's the
here's the casual Lily Mana Crypt, who she always has it.
Turn 1.
It's in all my decks.
Cradle Mana Crypt.
Come on, where's the Elishnon?
I've got an Overworld Mysteries.
That's like an Elishnorn.
It's very similar to an Elishnorn if you squint and turn your head and pretend
I believe that
they
would
look
go on
like
the part of
Elishnorn.
the grid that says Elishnon Radical.
I love Elishnorn. So yeah, I'm going to crack my clue because I've got nothing else. But that is going to let me make a soldier and also put a count on my tracker. Pardon me. But yeah, like
I'm not just.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
I don't have anything
threat assessments. So yeah, make a human soldier.
You're the threat. Let's move on.
Yeah, so I'm the threat, and you can assess this quite easily. So yeah, do that. Also draw a Magic the Gathering card from my Magic the Gathering library. I think we just do this turn then.
Oh no!
I
don't know what that is.
Around the board game Clue. I would love that because Clue is probably my favorite movie of all time.
I'm gonna play a Heron's Grace Champion.
That seems
Yikes!
6, Lily. This is turn 6.
Turn 6.
Gaia's Cradle broken.
Gaia's Cradle is so good. I mean, luckily we're only an hour into the stream. I don't know how many games people want to do.
Wait, hold on. What are you trying to say?
I have another deck, and if we're not playing budget, I have plenty of other decks.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll gladly play kind of whatever. I've got literally 100 decks.
I mean,
I only have
just
one.
because I'm not playing budget doesn't mean my deck's powerful. Like,
I mean, I have
our staples are expensive.
I just have dumb decks too. Like, I have that Kenrith mono white deck that I was showing off.
That's a good one.
It also has Zerd as the companion because, of course, and that is a ridiculous combination. Who's this coming at?
I'm splitting up the damage. I'm being reasonable.
Reasonable.
Well, yeah. I mean, all my human tokens are gonna be 4/4s.
Yikes!
Anyways,
This is a
good
good turn of Magic.
I've
I've always liked Heron's Graces. I've had a bit of a soft spot
I love
for it.
Heron's Grace Champion. The art is so
Like,
good.
good.
The horse looks so sad though.
There was a bit of a
Yeah,
buyout for it for Pioneer at one point.
There was. I personally sold off many copies of Heron's Grace Champion during that buyout. I had
You
like
have all the game day ones.
I had like 4 play sets of the game because it's when I was working at a game store, and people were just like going, "Oh, do you want this? I know you like this art." I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll take it." And I ended up amassing just 16 copies. And I did sleeve up Green White Humans during Shadows block. Deck was really fun.
Which shop did you work at?
I worked at Boundless Realms, a shop in Great Yarmouth.
Never heard of it.
Actually, it was in Lowestoft and Galston. We had 2 shops, and both went under within the same year. But no, we were for a little while we were the biggest shop in Norfolk, other than Athena Games, because they were the biggest shop, and we couldn't compete. Right, that's my turn. I get a 71 life. Heron's Grace Champion is a good Magic card. That is all we need to know.
Alright.
Really good.
And I didn't kill
I think
anyone.
I'll
Get to keep lifelink, so it doesn't seem good to me.
Lip.
Right.
I would like happily cast a Blasphemous Act off an Italy trigger here.
Yeah, seems good.
Like I would happily just yep, sure, why not?
Gosh, if only I could play Pramicon.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't like that just because the way things are going. It wouldn't end well for me.
Pramicon only lets you attack.
The left or right side player.
Yeah, so I would be dead.
Well, debatably.
Yeah, or Angelo might just take all the
fine.
hits.
Yeah, who knows? I could be nice. Debatably.
Yeah, sure. Right, Temple of Triumph. Right, so we'll get on to another talking point. I'll go. Might be another viewer one. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really check. I did.
Please.
Lily just.
There's a Blasphemous Act.
Was it actually a blasphemous act on top?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Oh,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
hilarious. That's actually really funny.
You got to copy an expedition map trigger.
Poor Kirkish. Dreams of peace. I mean, I'm going to get to make 1, 2, 3, 4 clues off of this, so
I might be lying.
I don't think you are.
Let's hope not.
No one could sound that happy and be lying.
See that.
So I mean, a question that's kind of we all play Commander, so something. Well, I'm getting attacked. Oh, wow!
Yorion.
And a Yorion.
Oh.
Uh-oh, no.
Oh my god! You can wrath and blink your board.
Oh no.
That seems pretty good.
My serpenty boy.
Do these cards resolve one by one, or do they?
No, you get to choose which order you cast them in.
Yeah,
Okay. I guess I'm Yorioning here.
I think you definitely do the Yorion thing. Oh, that card has such awesome art as well.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Oh, you do have to choose them in order. They don't resolve separately. You lied to me.
Sorry, I thought that you have to put them on the stack in a certain order.
Can you go back?
I don't believe you can.
What?
Magic Online isn't very good. Do you hear that, Wizard?
Well, that's just
Wait.
crap.
Sorry.
Wait, hold on. Can't you right-click undo?
No.
No. Alhaya Burles does have a really good question, actually, which is better than what I was going to ask. That's fine. If you could
That's
add
really
one...
sad. I missed up.
You still got to raft the board.
Add information.
You got to raft the board and get a 4/5.
I feel like Dan just debated me.
So if you could add someone of
I
your choice to the
apologize.
Commander Rules Committee thing, the CAG, Like, who would you choose? But it can't be anyone here.
Darn it. Because I was going to say me, but
I was
whatever.
gonna say me.
I was gonna say me and ruin the format.
I was gonna say me, and my first rule would be to unban Rofellos.
I would unban Rafelos.
No, Rofellos is ridiculous.
Rafelos did nothing wrong.
Hard question of the people not in this group.
My first thought, and I'm not sucking up to him because he's my editor, but I would add Joey.
Okay. Yeah.
Because Joey just has Joey A knows what he's talking about, and B has a really good head on his shoulders and can be like objective.
Yeah.
So it's just the first one that comes to my mind, but I'm sure there are other people too. But that just sticks out to me.
I think so I could go one of two ways. I could kind of sabotage it from the inside out, and if I'd do that, I'm really sorry. He's probably not watching, so that's fine. But I'd bring in Pleasant Kenobi. and just watch it crumble.
Oh my god!
But but in all seriousness, I actually don't think he'd probably do a pretty decent job. But I would actually add the professor of the Tolarian Community College.
Oh my goodness!
that seems good.
Yeah,
yikes!
Yeah, I think the prof would actually pose some quite good ideas to the committee. And I like him. He's a nice guy. Oh, I've only got one card in my hand. I'm really big on this.
No, I had a Revel Arc.
I had
not anymore.
Losing All Sun's Done and Hardened Scales kind of hurts, and of course Smothering Tithes.
I'm just losing one of my pet favorite cards of Selfless Squire.
But this, in fact, is a good hand, so I'm kind of.
Pardon me. Yeah, I've got a pretty great hand now.
What am I doing here? I might just play this, honestly. It's not a terrible play.
So another great question that I have.
I didn't get to answer. Hey.
Oh, well, answer the question then.
Oh, it's fine. I was going to pick you as well. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, what was that? Do you want to speak up so the whole class can hear? That's a good card. A good magic card. But who would you add, Kristen?
What's the CAG?
The Commander Advisory Group?
Yeah, honestly... Too many people to pick from.
Yeah, there's so many good people in our community is the problem.
Yeah, and I can't pick me either. That's the hard part.
Pick someone else to have them be you by proxy.
Yeah.
Pick like your mother.
Oh, I know who I would add. I have a good answer.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I would add Jim from the Spike Feeders.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I can get behind that.
So, I mean, and I know the rules committee has this sort of existential angst over the existence of CEDH, but I feel like Jim does a very good job of balancing the needs of what CEDH is versus what everyone from a sort of casual perspective wants out of the format.
He's also just as good as eating crow as Shivam is.
Yeah, Shivam is great at eating crow because he just complains about it all the time.
No, that's not what I meant. No, I meant sorry, maybe eating crow was the wrong word. Like taking all the heat. You know, like Jim gets a lot of pushback on a lot of things, and he never snaps like I've seen other people do that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, and that's what I agree with. Anton says in chat is he's the kind of person who can put his personal needs and the needs of the group he represents in the back of the whole community, the back for the whole community. He can think outside of himself, which is a very good ability to have.
Oh, definitely. I think I'd personally be awful in the Commander Advisory Group. I think I've got too many deep-seated problems with Magic to be a useful addition.
Angelo, you need to pay the one, maybe. Oh no, it's Dan who needs to pay the one.
I would start just demanding like, oh yeah, Magic should be.
Hey, you know what's a good combo with prismatic geos?
Oh, that seems good. But I know I'd end up just being like, oh yeah, well, we should be able to play everything you want as a commander. I want to play Gaia's Cradle as my commander, so I'm gonna make it happen.
Speak into like Artisan Commander. Do you mean as a sub-format of CEDH or as a sub-format of EDH?
I've never heard of Artisan Commander, by the way.
It's like, I mean, to me, it just sounds like another way to play, and I barely get enough time to play normal EDH, so I just don't really have any interest in other formats. Having said that, I watched PK's video on Canlander that he did with Ben Wheeler, and I was like, ooh, I get to play Death and Taxes.
Yeah, I really liked the look of that Canlander deck as well. I mean, I've played some very small amounts of Canlander in my life, and all of what I've played I've loved. But I just don't know if there's enough of a community on Mutgo to play it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about most variants. Is like they're fun, and I love doing like deck building challenges and variant stuff. But it's like even Oathbreaker, like no one in my local area wanted to play Oathbreaker or like Brawl or anything like that. So it's just like, what's the point of investing?
I remember at my LGS, we managed to actually get a 20-person turnout for a tiny leaders tournament.
Wow.
And I was fucking stunned. So essentially because I was in charge of the Magic side of things, we were a model games and card game store.
You know what?
Get in there for one.
I mean, you are on 71.
Yeah.
It's all about sending a message.
Oh, of course. But no,
What's the message?
If Angelo can just like ping her for
The
one,
message is,
she's
I
got a
am
real
going
nice
to attack
life
you.
Nice.
But yeah, so we had to basically put out. We wanted to try and support as many formats as possible. Tiny Leaders was just starting to get big in our store. We had like 4 people that played it, and I consider that starting to get big. So you know what? Yeah, this Saturday we'll do a Tiny Leaders tournament. Pay some amount of money. I think it was like £5. You'll get a booster if you enter, and then everyone adds a booster and a half to the pot as well. And it ended up like, oh, only 3 people showed up. And they said, oh no, we're just the people driving the other people. All the rest are coming in now. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, nice. Lavinia of the 10th. I love this card.
When Lavinia 10th enters the battlefield, detain each non-land permanent your opponent controls with CMC 4 or less.
Mm-hmm. You guys got to cut this out.
These opponents can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. Well, in response, I will crack a clue.
I mean, it hits like one of my rocks, but
yeah, it hits my crypt and my 4 clues, but that's fine.
Kind of annoying.
Yeah, it hurts Kristen way more than it hurts.
Oh god, it turns off the Vault and the Dynamo. Also, like, the prot red on that card is so weird. Like, that looks like it was there on accident.
I'm still like hurting inside from the fact I didn't sequence the Blasphemous Act properly.
I know, right?
I think Dan just debated me full on there. He was like, no, you're not winning this game right now.
Yeah, well, if I win, then I'll transfer my internet points to you.
Internet points are the most important points, especially when all we have right now is the internet. I'm kidding. I just lose so many games on Modo due to like not pressing the right buttons.
It's just a terrible, terrible program.
It's the worst. It is actually the worst shit. Oh, so Fibblethip.
Interesting.
I just want to draw cards.
Yeah? I'm sorry, does every card in your deck just draw cards? Provide
No,
some
not every
form of
card.
Card advantage.
Is every card in your deck a meme, Angelo?
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask.
Like, you've got a
Secretly playing
Lavinia of
the
the
shark.
10th.
This deck was basically built for like the Sky Shark thing, but it wasn't legal.
Ah.
God, if only. I wanted to play Gavi and just cycle through my deck, but alas.
Yeah, I really want to play Gavi, but I know as soon as I sleeve that deck up, the first thing I'm putting in there is Decree of Annihilation.
Mhm.
And I
And
know
that's
I'm gonna,
okay.
I know I'm gonna do it.
I just don't like. How do you all feel about like the commanders and the cards that are like,
Designed for Commander.
well, not even just designed for a commander, like designed around a specific mechanic that didn't have like enough stuff in commander to work, but like doesn't really hold together as a mechanic. Like, I just don't have any passion for cycling as like a mechanic.
Oh
So
no, I
it's like
completely see that.
I'm gonna
It-
build my cycling deck. It's like,
I think I have an answer. If anyone else would like to go first, please do. I don't want to interject, but I have an answer for this specifically.
sure.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so I've gone through just for the nature of my article series because I go through themes and I'm super in deep on the theme pages on EDHrec a lot, and also because of last year's Jeskai product, the Savine deck. I think that there are good ways to do these and there are bad ways to do these. So a bad way to design a command or a card around a specific mechanic is the way that they did Savine. Savine is kind of, it almost feels like a Frankenstein's monster, where it's a 2/2 for 5, prevents all damage, and sure, copy all the spells out of your yard, but only once a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the cards that get recast out of your graveyard are overcosted on either the front or the end, or like on the backside, because you're getting double use out of them, or they have no effect when you flash them back out of the yard. There's the board wipe from Innistrad. What's that going to do when you flash it back and double it? You can also only do it the first time each turn. And so the thing is that Savine specifically, much like Kadina's a little bit better, though she is still very narrow. Savine is super pigeonholed into doing what he's doing because he is constricted by the power level of the cards that he's looking at. He has no inherent power. If you played him as the commander, he's just a 2/2 for 5 that prevents all damage to him, and that's it. Whereas Gavi, I think, is the right way to do it. Gavi has a bonus for if you want to cycle, and then a specific separate bonus for just drawing cards, which cycling does. So you could play Gavi as just a draw cards commander to produce tokens and make a token deck out of it, and you don't need to even include any cycling. So when you pigeonhole a commander into a specific theme, when it's super restrictive already and they can't function without it, that fails. Much like Angie Falconwrath. Like, what do you really do without Madness? Because all you can
without the specific Madness combo.
Correct. Yeah, and that's the thing, because otherwise you just sit there and you spin your wheels and you don't do anything. Out of the 4 decks from Commander 2019, the only one that functions on his own is Girid. Not because he revolves around populate, but because he revolves around tokens, which populate helps. He's looking at the token, and he also fuels himself. His power is inherent. But every other one, the other 3, they rely on something else.
Well, I feel like, yeah, Girid's the best, and I think you said it in a much more well thought out way. Like, Girid feels like the most complete card. It's just like, especially Kadena is the same way, where like it feels like it was looking to fill this hole that maybe some people wanted but wasn't really there, and it feels like a very clunky overly specific way to fill that hole. And like, and I, people have all pointed out that like new commander design is based around like, oh, you do this thing and you get to draw a card.
Yeah.
And that's like, that just feels like Kadena is just so generically specific. Like, oh, you get to play a morph for free and you get to play draw a card when you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they could have made Cadenas far more interesting. On instead of drawing a card, when you play a morph, you manifest the top card of your library.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's still card advantage.
I mean, all the manifest designs from Fate Reforged are super interesting.
Oh,
because
definitely.
they play around this idea of you might get a creature, you might not.
Yep. I think Manifest is such a more fun mechanic than Morph.
Oh, definitely, and it plays
You're on
well
the
with
most
morph. Oh, yeah, that's 5 to my dome. But yeah, I think the really nice thing with Manifest is it plays well with morph as well, because if you happen to manifest a morph card, you can still turn it up and get its morph effect. Like, you can still get its Will Bender, Den Protector, what have you. And I'm thinking of this as someone that really likes Cadena as well. I think the card is super sweet. I got the precon for like a present from my mother, and I've played a few games with the completely unupdated precon, and it's been a really fun deck. But you're right, of all it does is play a morph, draw a card. Play a morph, draw another card.
I think.
I just kind of forgot that I had a commander that turn.
It's a power, like the deck itself. The precon is pretty powerful for a precon.
Oh yeah.
That's
really sad. I forgot I had Aurelia.
I just think the design is a lot way less interesting than they could have done with a more command.
I think basically since that misplay, I've just been on tilt. So.
Don't tilt out.
Oh, I know. I'm joking, but I am misplaying like crazy.
Yes, there's only 2. That's fine.
As long as I don't die next turn.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest issues with Magic on the whole is for so long, certain colours just haven't been allowed to access certain mechanics that should be split across the colour pie, like drawing cards. And they've now been basically playing catch up this whole time on white needs extra land search. Let's print Cartographer's Hawk.
That's the problem. Like every time you rise the tide for white and the other colours, it raises it for green as well. So you're never going to fix the problem. Just ban green.
Just ban green. I think I think the issue is there's a lot of cards. I think PK put this out really well in either a tweet or a video of there's so many green cards that get printed or blue cards that get printed or what have you that could have just been printed as white. And
like now that just change the minus to only look for like artifacts and enchantments or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's this very weird 1, 2, 3, 4. There's this very weird mindset in R&D where like especially blue and green can just sort of do whatever they want, however they want, and like white doesn't get to do that. I can't tap my lands right because I'm dumb.
From a flavor perspective, that makes sense because white is very rigid and inflexible. So like they're doing a really good job at channeling white's flavor.
But the argument always is that you can't justify mechanics from a flavor perspective. And that pisses me off because like at the same time it's like, oh well, you know, white's rigid and it can't have these things from a flavor perspective. But also you can't have that thing because you can't judge mechanics from a flavor perspective.
But it's
logic that just goes round in circles and never really solves itself.
And it's so weird that they have this like self-limitation on what is a fifth of their game that like it just can't, like they're like every time you hear like Mark Rosewater talk about like what to do about improving white. It's just like all of these self-imposed rules. It's like you like the game rules are whatever you make them to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like PK Inter in chat saying like, why can't you have a Boris commander that makes treasures or something? And it's like, yeah, like I once came up with a design that was basically you could flash it in and it gave you a card draw for each attacking creature or something. And it's like, well, that makes sense in a Boros perspective because they're master warfare technicians. They would gain knowledge from surveying the battlefield.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with that? Like, and yes, it would be expensive to play the card, but yeah, like, and I tried to balance that, I think, by saying that it would cost one less for each of those attacking creatures that you didn't control, so that it didn't just reward you for attacking. It actually was like practical play for people swinging at each other, which is beautiful. But yeah.
I mean, I'd really like. I mean, I've always been interested in custom Magic design anyway, because I mean, I've always been a design-oriented person, and I've always liked the idea of certain Magic cards shouldn't be the colours they're in, and rejigging them into that colour. Like, I think Coastal Piracy and those effects should be white or red effects.
Yeah, 100%.
Get drawing cards off of aggression, off of dealing combat damage, should not be.
And
a
the reason
blue
they're like,
red.
oh, well, we can't do it because of standard. It's like, well, just print it in Commander then.
Yeah.
You've
Or,
already
like-
fucked Legacy enough.
like
Just
just
a shit.
change standard. Like the entire idea that standard always has to have like, you know, a red deck that's fast and aggressive,
White
and
Beanie's
deck
deck.
that is fast and aggressive but like worse than the red one, and like a mid-rangey green blue deck and a kind of control-y Esper deck and all of this stuff. Like, you could just change it all.
Yeah. It's a thing. I don't think they've realised they're the people that make the rules for this game.
Mm-hmm.
If something's wrong, they can just change it.
Well, I mean that is a bit of a slippery slope. That isn't something that you can do lightly.
Well,
Correct. You know, the part of the reason that the game works so well is having these very fairly rigid defined lines. The issue is when certain parts have much bolder lines than the other.
yeah,
Or like
Because
bigger ones, basically, like, and to be fair, also, like, green was just as bad as white, maybe worse, for a long time.
oh yeah,
And then
But,
like
the thing is, I remember, like, don't get me wrong, I started a Return to Ravnica, but even when cons came out and like there was, you know, Siege Rhino Apocalypse, and everyone's like, wow, like green is getting these really good creatures. We just had Pelucranos, we had Siege Rhino, and like they just kept stacking on each other. 5 to 6 years ago, however long ago cons was, people were saying, wow, green is getting very good. And like at no point in time did anyone ever question, hey, I think green might be too strong. Green, in my opinion,
Fine,
shouldn't
because
be
it was the
getting...
worst color in Zendikar draft, right?
Yeah.
well, it's also like, and part of it is because they do work, you know, 2 years behind on standard sets, but as Angelo said,
5
this
years,
con
no?
was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and another thing is, too, is that green, in my opinion, the bite effects, like a rabid bite, where the creature just deals damage, that to me is a color pie violation. That should be in red. That shouldn't be in green. Green should be fighting. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, make them fight. There is no reason why green gets Doomblades now. We don't even get Doomblades in black and standard.
The best burn spell in Ikaria is green.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The crash through or whatever you call it. Like,
yeah, ran through. It's nuts. It's an instant. On top of all of that, it's an instant rabid bite with upside. Like, what is going on?
it's fucking wacky shit.
Like, I was playing Limited yesterday, and like all I had to do was get far enough into the game to just pump up a brushwag, and then
And just win the game.
it's not even difficult. My deck was very medium.
To be fair,
Like,
Brushwag deserves that, so.
Well,
It is almighty.
Justice for Brushwag.
What are you getting?
almighty brush. I don't know. I don't actually know what's legendary
legendary
in this deck or not. But we'll find out.
Harris. He's pretty legendary.
Right, so we'll...
Real quick, hopping back to the original point, which was the commanders. Real quick, so we were talking about obviously pigeonholing commanders for specific strategies and whether or not that's a positive or a negative. I think, like with Kadena, much like you said, if you morph, you manifest. Another idea is caring about colorless things, because that gives you access to not only morphs, that lets you play an Eldrazi deck, that lets you play an interesting like Sultai artifact deck. Like there's certain points where I think you can be narrow, but there are other points where you need to be a bit more broad, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do anything. Like Akeem from the new commander deck, incredibly inferior to Kaikar in 95% of all builds.
Yeah.
Like when you make, like, you need to be conscious, and I'm not saying that every commander needs to be stronger or entirely different, but you need to be cognizant of, okay, well, am I doing a design that is similar, and if I am, how am I going to differentiate it? And like, because otherwise they just get pigeonholed, or people are just like, oh, well, this is bad X, like any Simic commander is bad Thrasios or bad Azuri. Like, I get that you can't not design cards like that, but you also need to have a bit of
you can't undesign
liberty.
cards that are too strong. Like, you can't undesign Moran of Clan Naltoth. Like, every Bulgari graveyard commander is just going to be worse than her.
And at the same time, though, when you look at stuff like Kadena that's pushed too far into that direction, even the precon can like play at tables and do well, like, because
which I think is good.
It's just too pushed.
I disagree. I think like I like the Kadena precon, even though I don't like the design of the card. I feel like if someone like wants to is able to buy a precon,
that's not what I said though.
Oh, sorry.
No, I said like even because you were saying like you can't just print broad ones, and I was saying, well, yeah, but at the same time, if you go too niche and make it too good for the thing it's trying to, also be a problem. Because I think Kadena is like, because the precon itself can actually tussle at tables. Like, it's really good, and I think it's like that to me is a little bit too far down the road of specialization, because yes, it does enable Sultai to do something different, but it's too good at doing the different thing.
Yeah.
Like, you've got no reason now to run any other morph commander, really, apart from maybe Anima.
Yeah, I think Anima is one of the only close ties, because while you won't get the extra cards, Anima can just let you go, I'll play 5 morphs this time.
Yeah. I mean, I would rather have just like good narrow commanders than just super. I would rather have more Kadenas than more Yaroks, let's say.
Yeah, maybe. But Yarok's still pretty niche, I guess.
I have thoughts about Yarok.
It should never have been a 3/5 Death Touch lifelink. It should have been a 2/2 with no other stuff.
Like it's 1/1 for 5.
I think that they should have been blue-white, but I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah, probably.
I really need to auto yield to this Chancellor of the Annex. I keep forgetting to.
This entire turn, I've just been sitting here like, I need to make sure I actually pay for these triggers, because I'm just going to forget at some point. And we'll draw a card with our clue as well. Because if not, we just lose the mana. And oh, we also get to put a counter on. Wow, this Starlia's Lieutenant is really good.
Yeah, they should make some sort of deck in Modern around it.
Yeah, like some kind of human-based synergistic deck playing hero cards that's really good, actually, and nobody plays it. I think it's ever even been printed before, like, in a deck that works, is Ether Vial. I think that'd make the humans deck really good. Right. Yeah, this is a good time. This works. I've got Cryptolith Right. I've got Spider Silk Armor. I've got all the good stuff. I've got a 4/5 Micaeus. Oh my god, because Mayor of EDHrec is buffing humans.
Oh no! Wait, hold on. I turned away to look at chat for 1 second. Lily's back to being a monster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm back.
that Vanquisher's banner is doing work, by the
This
way.
card's so good. I've drawn like 9 cards this game of a Vanquish.
I was like,
How am I the only
playing a
one
lot
that's
of
got any
cards and
removal
not,
this
like,
game?
she'll have an empty hand, and then she has 9 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Too
Like-
often do I find myself playing the aggro deck but being tabletop because I'm the only one that's cast bloody removal.
We'll get rid of this and
Maybe you should wheel again, and then maybe I'll get some removal.
No, don't.
Okay.
Bed and
No.
Herald of War with these cards in my hand. I say I've got a board, but I can't really attack anywhere still. I haven't got that many good attacks.
Paul Kincher, PKincher13 in chat says, actually, how many of the do a thing draw a card commanders would be seem more fair if they scryed instead, or you had to pay the draw? I mean, they would definitely be more fair if they had either of those limitations. I just think there needs to be different payoffs that like are in these commanders, and I don't know what those payoffs could be off the top of my head, but
I mean, I also don't think drawing a card is necessarily a bad reward, depending on what you're doing. Look at the brawl decks. 3 out of the 4 drew a card, but to
Your
me,
creatures have reach.
yeah, and 2
Yeah,
of them
they
are
do.
Tulane and Corval.
correct. And what I was going to say is the only one that I think is quote unquote correct is Sir Gwyn, because she's trying to help an aggressive strategy with card advantage, which is the strategy that needs it. Value Jund and value Bant don't need that. It really depends on what kind of strategy you're trying to cater to. Your 6-drop haste menace knight equipment commander. Yeah, you probably want to put some card draw on that. That way it functions properly. But the big giant dragon that likes to sack things, or Tulane who just wants to take 30-minute turns, maybe not.
Yeah. I mean, I think Alila in that set is a really good design too, because she's very powerful, but she pushes you in a lot of different directions and doesn't concentrate all of her power on one thing. Ooh, that's a card.
Yes.
Ooh, what is this?
Yikes.
Each non card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost.
All
All right, hold on. I was actually kidding when you said wheel our hands.
I don't
But
think
you
this-
asked for it.
I don't think this is wheel. I think this might be blasphemous act.
Yeah, I'm seeing Blasphemous Acts coming. I'm gonna do something real quick. Oh, that's. Do I do that though? That still seems decent.
Is there a wheel in the graveyard?
There is.
Oh, there's thingy, Reforge the
Reforge.
Soul. Yep, there's a blasphemous act.
I understand. Why does the board keep getting away?
I really wish you did this in the other order, Kristen. Because I'm holding a Crozen grip. And I could have gotten the biggest
no, I
brain
did want
play ever.
I can't look at
The
what
other order? What do you mean?
So if you reforge the soul first, I don't know if you were planning on doing it, but I could then cast Crozen Grip on Underworld Reach, and then you couldn't wipe the board.
Why would that have been a thing?
I don't know if you were planning on reforging the soul or not.
Oh, right.
It was basically I really wanted to not lose my board.
Thank goodness you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. In that case, I'm gonna tap 2.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna crack a clue.
I was like, wait, you
Good.
can't play
I get
Boros
to-
Charm
I
in
get
your
to,
deck.
Not make my mistake. Let's...
I could have played Heroic Intervention, but I don't actually tend to ever slot that in decks. Distribute 2+1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures. Okay.
Wow, there are a lot of triggers on this deck.
Yeah, this is starting to get wild, and it's why I like Mutgo, because I haven't got to deal with any of this in paper.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna yield through and run to the bathroom because I have no responses to anything. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine, dude.
Okay, let's conspire on how to kill him.
Alright, okay, so
So,
I've got
we should
nothing,
attack
and
him.
I'm gonna lose my board.
Because he seems to be weak to creatures.
Right. The old 12-12 Ramos.
Oh, crap.
Oh?
Oh, no, wait. A creature leaves the battlefield. I thought I missed the Ozolith trigger, but that's no, it happens anyways. It leaves the battlefield once Blasphemous Act hits. I'm just dumb. Yeah, if we're gonna take breaks, I'll also F6 and then get coffee, I think.
Yeah, that's quite right. Blasphemous Act is going to do its thing. I'm going to lose my board. Do all my counters go on the Ozolith?
No.
Oh, when a creature you control leaves the battlefield.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, oh god, that card seems sweet. It just takes everyone's counters.
You
So
don't have any mana, right?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Am
That's
I gonna wish I did?
Dunno. Maybe. Let's see. So if I go
Oh wow, I just didn't even realise the Lavinia of the 10th survives. Because of that incredibly relevant red. Right. Okay, there's a mana geyser. Oh, this seems disgusting actually.
It's not terrible.
This is pretty good. Wait, does he?
Peek into so like Underworld Breach, like the best thing to do is just use a mana geyser.
Don't worry, I'm back. Oh, sorry.
And Smothering Tithe with Wheel is pretty good too.
Mm.
Don't have that though at the moment. Let's see, what do I want to do? How much mana do I have left?
Lavinia lived, that's right.
Do I play that card out or not?
I was saying it's a while till my turn. I'm going to very quickly be right back.
Okay.
I am. Yeah, no possible play yield all. That should work because I've got no mana. So yeah, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, excuse me. God, it's almost 10 o'clock. Jeez. We've been playing for almost 2 hours. That's crazy. No.
Thighs. Num num num. Let's see.
Oh, are we still doing this?
I had
oh no, my hand. I like that hand.
I actually had removal.
And conflux.
Oh, that's probably a good thing.
That I don't have.
What am I playing this turn?
And Muldrotha.
I could just cast Mana Geyser again here. Just have all the mana.
Yikes. Feels bad.
Yeah. Turns out Underworld Breach is a good magic card. Can you just go off, Kristen, with Reforge and Geyser?
I could, but to what end?
I don't know, until you get something good. You're really limited by the amount of white mana you have.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yikes.
Here comes that boy.
Yeah.
You know what you could have put in your deck, Kristen, that really would help you?
Mhm.
Oh, no, wait, that's the other way. Sunglasses of Urza only turns white mana into red mana. Not the other way around.
Alright, let me see. Oh, Karmic Guide. Yikes. I had my Blasphemous Act, but not anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
I'm in danger.
Uh-oh. I think everyone's in danger right now.
What am I doing here?
That's a boy.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, there are some good cards on your side of the table. Really weird how that happens.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Gross.
Who would have thought Kristen was the threat the whole time?
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Who'd have thought it? Not me.
Getting that planes, too. Super powerful.
Lily's gonna come back and be like, "What happened?"
I have two choices here of what to do with this planes now, and I'm not sure which is correct. Like, not sure what's correct.
Hello.
I think you do whichever is more fun or powerful.
You do what your heart tells you.
What have I missed? Oh god.
Yes. That's what you've missed.
Alright, a wheel seemed to have happened. Yeah.
Yep.
Underworld Breach happened.
Yeah, Underworld Breach is a very good magic card.
It's pretty
Turns
deep.
out.
I might just like yeet out of here with a Teferi's protection. Because I want a break too, goddammit.
You can take a break whenever you want, Kristen. It's up to you. Oh, you found space for Tectonic Giant.
Sorry?
You found space for Tectonic Giant.
Yeah.
Card seems good. Are you actually yeeting out? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I was looking at Terry's protection and I was like, oh, really cool design. What if you could yeet someone else out with it?
It's so cool. Doesn't that Otter card yeet someone else out? Or what's that?
Yeah, it gives them an extra turn, right?
Yeah, it gives someone else an extra turn, but they can't do anything against you or something like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool design, but it probably is kind of broken, maybe. But I really like it.
Yeah,
I
want
don't-
it for Brago.
I don't think Seething Song is good enough for the breach thing. I'm afraid. You can.
Yeah, I think I love Seething Song. I think it's a card that I play a lot. I played a lot of Storm, so I've got a very.
How do I do
personal love
like
for
a
it.
no possible play, but then also not miss my turn? How do I do that?
Right click, press yield all.
Will that miss my turn?
It shouldn't.
Fuck that. I'm just going to go for a really, really, really quick toilet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Debated again.
The tapper anymore. Well, if Kristen gets to be scared.
Thank goodness I have this 4/4.
Yeah, right. But yeah, what was I going to say? Some words, probably. Yeah, it's a real shame if we've not really seen much from the Premicon this game.
Shh, I'm waiting for my opportune moment.
To slap down that Pramicon, and now people will only be able to attack one way.
Everything attacks me.
Well, no, because then Kristen plays Aurelia and is like, "All right, cool, kill one person. All right, Angelo, you're dead. No matter what way I put it."
Yeah, I don't know what I can do about Kristen's board. The answer is probably
nothing right now.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think I play Route or anything similar.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know if I play. Oh. Okay. I'm interested.
So, Kristen's board is interesting because she can just, like, if she hadn't Teferi protection out, I would be able to do more stuff. So let's just go look.
A Naya Charm. Turns that card from a graveyard to its owner's hand.
See, what's crazy is, and I didn't even realize this, but Teferi's made the Underworld Breach trigger not happen.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So you get Underworld Breach next turn as well.
Yeah, for free.
Yikes. Big oof.
So Conflux, grab
True.
one of each color card.
Okay. So we got it.
This seems really strong.
Conflux is a really good Magic card.
So what's interesting here is Angelo basically now is in a position where he can play Pramicon and decide who Kristen hits this turn.
Did you just speak about yourself in the third person, Kristen?
I was referring to the conversation that we had.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but then I don't know if you just straight out murder me with your second combat. That's the only problem.
Mm.
Because I'm going under the assumption that you will have a second combat.
It's very likely
Seems
there'll be a
like a
second
good
combat, I believe.
Underworld Breach triggers every end step, so if you do keep it around, it can like go the next turn.
Mm. Do you play? I can't remember the Boros card name. It's like Time for Valor or something.
Dance for Glory.
Time for Valor.
I
like the
I
idea
don't know.
of just like trying to come up with a Boris card name. It's like, go for goodness.
Big
Valor.
punch time.
Fight for
the right.
boys.
So I've played that card before. There will be some hot and spicy gameplay involving that card on EDH and Chill soon.
Wait, hold on.
I got to play Winota and it was fun.
Yeah, we are talking about the same card. You get an extra turn, but you die on it, but your creatures gain indestructible permanently.
Yeah.
Is that good? Because
The one that Lady Gaga designed. The design team for that set.
Because
I'm just tempting this wheel, so
right. Chooses Time Wipe, Fabricate, Pernicious Deed,
do I have it?
Ruinous Ultimatum, and Eerie Ultimatum. That's
some really good
stonking set of
cards.
Hold on. Yikes.
Angelo's just like, well, I know which way Pramicon's going.
So, like,
Jesus.
So what do people think about the new ultimatums, by the way?
Love it.
Yep.
Love them. Jessica's the best.
I think Jeskai is actually the best for like 60 card constructed.
Yeah, it's the best in standard.
I think like the best in EDH is clearly Aerie Ultimatum. It's closely followed by the Born Ultimatum.
The Born Ultimatum is really a step down from.
It's not what it used to be, right?
No,
Mhm.
I mean, ever since the Bourne conspiracy, it's just been going downhill.
I mean, the best one is the one with Jeremy Renner. So
Carl Urban's in the second one, right?
I'm pretty sure. I love Carl Urban.
Carl
Carl Urban playing Dredd was phenomenal. I think Dredd is a intensely underrated movie.
He also plays Aomer really well.
Yes, and also plays is it Bones in Star Trek?
Dr. Boy.
Yes.
I can't tap lands correctly.
So I have a question for Angelo.
Oh,
what's
I'm
up?
glad other people have questions.
So explain your relationship with coffee.
Explain my relationship with what?
Coffee.
With coffee?
Hmm.
I mean, coffee and I are relatively recent friends, but
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Like, tell me the story.
so
Gotta
my
get my flying protection out there.
Hey.
Good blocker.
Mhm.
My girlfriend is a personal trainer who just started doing that relatively recently.
Mhm.
I'd say probably like recently, but like 8 months ago or so.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I was like, oh, well, if I'm going to be getting up at 4 and 5 in the morning, I need some coffee.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And ever since then, I've been drinking coffee, much to my chagrin, because I never used to drink it.
Same. I only really got into it recently, which is why I wanted to ask you the question.
Yeah, it's oops, I went through my main phase. That's fine. Um yeah, it's a recent thing. I take mine with not a whole bunch of sugar, but lots of milk. I don't like it black. But it's
Have you
good. I need
made
to
it
water it down a little
like a
bit.
machine or a French press or?
We have a coffee machine, just like a regular one.
A drip
Disposable filters, put the grounds in, we're good to go.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Has your partner made you try bulletproof coffee?
No, I've never even heard of that.
I've
It's
taken
a
that.
fitness thing. You can have it as simple as just putting some butter in your coffee, or you can add like coconut oil and MCT oil and random stuff.
Pardon me.
It's a pre-workout drink.
Really?
Okay.
Like the way the caffeine and the fat interacts, it helps you burn fat.
Oh,
I had no idea.
that's really interesting.
So when I used to go to the gym in the time before the dark days,
Yeah.
I used to have a cup of black coffee with some grass-fed butter stirred into it, and it would really keep me going and not too hungry as well.
Oh, fair enough.
That's really interesting.
My relationship with coffee is a really interesting, well, to me anyway. So I never used to drink coffee at all up until I started working at McDonald's. By the way, I work at McDonald's. It is my life. And
It's now or never.
I do not want to live forever.
Forever.
Can
Wait.
we?
I'm eating all these egg McMuffins.
Sorry, Axis of Awesome ruined pop music for me.
Hold
Every
on.
time I hear a line from the four chords, I just immediately start singing the rest of it in my head.
Oh yeah.
What, from the 4-chord song?
Yeah.
I love that song.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I think I just messed something up.
I think you might have, yeah.
Did you flicker something?
I tried, and then
Yeah, I think he tried to
Exalt.
flicker 2 cards.
yeah, I tried to flicker those two, and then it only drew me my card, and I thought I was hitting OK to do the thing, and I actually accidentally went through the rest of my turn.
Oh well.
Oh no.
But yeah.
Well, we've all misplayed this game.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I never used to drink coffee. I started working early morning shifts, like start work at 5 in the morning so getting up at like 3:30, and I would get to work and they'd go, "Oh, do you want a cup of coffee?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure. I'll have I don't know. I'll have a latte." I didn't know what any coffee meant. Is the thing. And had a cup of coffee. It was fine. It tasted like I was drinking like burning rocks. I was like, yeah, that's what it's meant to taste like, I guess. And then just started experimenting with coffee, but I only drink coffee like those super sweet caramel lattes, stuff like that. It's the only coffee I drink.
Yeah.
But then
I got into it because I was at a really stressful job and didn't have the energy in the afternoons, and I'd drink tea in the morning, but it didn't really do anything for me. And around about the same time, my friend who I'd been living with for years, she's been trying to get me into coffee forever.
Yeah.
She bought me, like 2 years in a row, she bought me like a coffee like gift pack over Christmas.
Jeez.
And like with like loads of cool flavors in, and I'd just be like, oh, okay then.
Yeah.
I love the idea of your friend just really trying to get you into coffee as a thing.
Yeah, she's a good friend. But yeah, so I eventually was like, I drank some instant coffee because I was really tired at work, and I was like, well, I guess this is palatable, but it's awful.
Yeah.
So then I was like, right, well, I guess I'll try some other coffees, and eventually I got to the point where I was like, actually, coffee, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
That's an Amazon.
So I mean, in terms of a machine that I have to make coffee, I have a thing of sachets of shit instant coffee, and I have a kettle, and that is how I make coffee, and it's fine. I'd love like a proper coffee machine, but
you don't need a coffee machine. I just use a French press. I get my coffee grounds from the local market. There's a guy, and it's like Ollivander's One Shop in Harry Potter. You go in and you explain to him, like, what kind of flavors do you like? Okay, and he's like, here, have a smell of this one. What do you think? And he's like, okay, maybe not that one. He gets another one, smell this one, and he combines like cornucopia of different coffee flavors into like the perfect coffee for you. It's great.
That's wild. I'd love to go to like an actual I guess it'd be like an actual artisan coffee shop kind of thing, because I'm always interested in trying coffee, like opening my mind in coffee other than just an instant latte, an instant cappuccino.
I do buy it from Nocturnal.
So Kristen,
yeah.
Back to Magic for just a short bit.
Magic on my stream?
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
It's more likely than you think.
What is your intention for this turn?
Honestly, to do some damage.
But not to me, correctly?
Well, you have an 18/18 with flying, right?
I do have an 18/18 with flying.
I would have to get around that.
Okay. Well, we'll let you continue to your turn and do stupid stuff with.
I mean, none of you are looking particularly attractive options here.
I mean, I only played an Avacyn on the off chance I was being attacked. It's a suitable blocker.
There you go, Angelo.
Yeah, at least I can do something to salvage my turn. Yep. Yep, I'm all done here.
The coffee I ended up getting made is like a mix of like amaretto and hazelnut and like rich Brazilian beans. It's so good.
Yeah, I wish like it could get more. I mean, we can get plenty of sort of artisanal beans even in the grocery stores, but I just go for the volume buy, bulk buy on my coffee. Do
you take your coffee with milk, Kristen? Or do you have that just...
No, like, I'm mostly lactose, like...
Oh, of course, yeah.
I wouldn't say intolerant, but it just comes and takes our jobs, and then I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm... That's awful. I mean, I have IBS, and also am lactose intolerant, but I still take my coffee with milk.
So, like, I can get away with, like, chocolate, or occasionally some hard cheese, like on a burger, but I can't eat like cheesy pasta, and I can't eat cream and milk. Those things just mess me up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to if I make the choice to have something ridiculously milky or creamy. All I know is that I'll be paying for it at a later date, but that's future.
Exactly.
That's a future Lily problem. Present Lily
Yeah.
just wants to like devour like a cheesecake or something.
Oh, that's
I want to devour a cheesecake right now. Did you know you
Yeah.
can donate to me on my PayPal, and you could donate me the money to buy cheesecake?
Donate one cheesecake.
Donate.
There's actually a cheesecake button on Lily's PayPal.
Yeah, if you go to the
It
donate
just
screen,
places an
there's
order and
you can
sends her a cheesecake.
you can donate a cup of coffee, a cheesecake, or if you're feeling particularly ritzy, you could donate me a copy of Gears Tactics. the latest game I kind of want to play. I'm so excited. I actually I hit enough money last month to get a Twitch payout. I don't know how it works, but like in the next few days, hopefully I'll get some money.
You'll get $3 or whatever.
It'll be $100.
Wow.
Because they only pay you the money once you've hit a threshold of $100. So everyone's donations and like everyone's bits and all that good stuff have only just finally been gonna get paid to me after 2 years of streaming.
Jeez.
$100 in 2 years. I think my fiance worked it out as just like 0.6 pence an hour or something. It's the most minimum wage. But yeah, by the way, if you're watching the stream and enjoying the content you're seeing, why not drop a follow? It's the best way to know if I'm going live. Because episode 2 it's not in the works, but I've got enough people interested in an episode 2 that it's a foregone conclusion. What is it happening? Hey, it's not me. Bling. Pekinter. Thank you for the follow. That's great. And ALK Alters, thank you for 100 bits.
I just felt like you were talking about bits.
And you thought, I may as well just put some bits.
The bits.
What's this attack?
The bits.
The bits.
Oh.
Thanks for reminding I was going to follow the stream. Oh, that's quite right.
There's a lot of triggers going on.
I'm not getting attacked. I'm safe.
Wait, am I getting attacked?
Yeah, how is Lily the one not getting?
Because
Wait,
my
hold
board
on.
has
How do I
indestructible
know if I'm
block.
being attacked?
Highlight the card and you'll have an arrow pointing to you. I think. Kinter, like winter with a K. But you all got closer than most folk do. That's fine.
You even can give a thing in unlock.
Alright, Sun Titan hooks back a Rogue's Passage.
Big oof.
This is the oofest of games.
Let's see what Atali comes up with.
Sword of Feast
Whoa,
and
those are
Famine,
cards.
Bringer of the White Dawn, and my Archetype of Courage. So now they all have First Strike.
That's pretty sweet.
That's a good turn of magic. But it's okay, chat. We can still win this game. All I need is the power of belief.
Kristen, this is really.
It's like,
How much
this is
am I
one
going to
of
be?
the best Atali triggers I've ever seen. Of massive 5/5, board buff, the best sword. I mean, that's actually an interesting talking point. What is the best sword? It's of course Feast and Famine, but
Hold on. Sword of Fire and Ice draws you a card.
It's Feast and Famine, like by a
It's
million,
Feast and
million miles.
I actually just got my first physical sort of Feast and Famine yesterday. I'm very excited about it.
I have somewhere in a old Kemba car region.
Anton, Swords to Plowshares.
Swords to Plowshares. Yeah. But the
so
actual answer is Sword of the Meek.
right now.
That is one of the best swords.
But no, brain, please work faster. I have a real love for Sword of War and Peace, just from its time of playing it in Standard. Sword of War and Peace was just so bloody great. Because
Yeah.
whatever you put it on just won the game for you. Especially my Hero of Bladehold. Oh, that was a good standard. Honed Kopesh. Honed Kopesh is a very good weapon.
I play Hone Kopesh in my Brew Sekiri deck. No one talks shit about Hone Kopesh.
To be fair, like, I play a Kembakar region deck that I believe is still playing Bone Splitter and Trusty Machete. I love Trusty Machete. I think Trusty Machete is very underrated for how much stats it gives. 2-1 is a really good stat bonus, especially on a 4 toughness commander.
I do support your Angelo killing policy, but I'm not a huge fan of your me killing policy.
A good job. We can like different policies and not, isn't it? That's the illusion, anyway.
But
I would support a Pernicious Deed right now.
yeah, I think I've got to pop the deed.
Gotta do the deed.
Pop,
Do the dirty.
And the biggest thing is...
Oh, what? I forgot you could pop it for that much.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Ramos can do that.
Fuck.
Card's really
Thank
good.
God.
That's rude.
He is the rude
Wait.
delivery dude.
Hold on. Let me take stock. I think everything but Gisela was coming at me. Is that correct, Kristen?
You have a Sun Titan, an Aurelia the War Leader, and an Atali Primal Storm.
Interesting. How do I know this? Because I can't look. I can't figure this out.
Not even.
Anton,
you did
I
complain
read
that I was attacking
that.
you. Yeah, you had the threat.
That's not
So,
the
like,
reason I've chosen to lead. So
that's really rude.
This is the rudest shit.
So basically, I just scoop now, right?
I don't think you scoop. I think you play it out.
How do I play it? How do I come back from this?
I don't know. I've managed 2 of the 2 board wipes, but then again, I do have a Vanquisher's banner that has been somehow left untouched since turn
I should have
4.
let Ramos go to my graveyard. I'm dumb.
This is like a really fun game.
Oh.
I mean, you had 2 crazy turns. That's good. Hey, better turns than I've had. That's all I'll say.
I mean, how bad is the rest of your hand, Kristen?
Garbage.
Oh no.
This is why Boros is not good in EDH, because it plays its cards out and then that's it.
Someone
you don't
wipes
do
your
anything
board.
else for the rest of the game.
What we should have done is made everyone play Boros.
Hey, I'm basically playing Boros.
You've played blue cards. You're not playing Boros.
Avacyn makes everything indestructible. God,
Yeah, Avacyn's a really good magic. Avacyn's a really good magic card.
You realize you basically just king made now.
I mean, you were gonna kill me, so it was either lose this turn or lose next turn.
Ooh, that's a good card.
Yes, but it still feels bad.
Creature in the battlefield or dying don't cause ability to trigger.
Lily's just gonna win now.
No,
Yeah,
hold on.
But...
Don't count me out yet.
Is that
Yeah, but now you're
grammatically
gonna
correct?
and make Lily kill me, and then
No, no. Not yet.
No one can make me kill anyone.
Only Lily can make Lily kill people.
So I don't have the mana for that, right? 1, 2, 3.
you stopped me having such a good turn.
To be fair, that was a very good turn.
You've had plenty of good turns.
That was going to be the wildest shit, let's be honest. What's this even do?
If I'd have thrown some of that at Lily, would you have not popped it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that before combat then?
I tried to. That's what I said in my
didn't.
upkeep, and then you attacked me.
I think one of the issues of throwing stuff at me is just I have 3 free blocks. All my
Yeah.
stuff has reach or flying and is indestructible. Averson's a stupid magic card.
Avison's messed up.
Oh, right. Stupid freaking
Oh, the Hushbringer.
Hushbringer.
Get hushed.
Get hushed.
Yeah, that hurts me a lot.
Hushbringer is like one of those magic card arts that I look at it and think, that just doesn't look like a magic card.
No,
It looks
does
like
not.
it looks like it could be the cover of an adult novel.
All right, Angelo, time for that swords that you've been sandbagging.
Is this the longest swords to
I mean,
plowshare
it
sandbag?
would have to hit Avison, right?
I think it has
If
to.
he had it, he should have done it in response to the Pernicious Deed.
That's true.
All right, hold on. Here we go. 1, 2. Charming Prince, Scry 2.
It's a really good magic card. This should be in my deck.
It's very
It's a
good.
very good human. I think again, because this deck just has not had any upgrades. And I think it's one of the issues of having so many decks on. Mercury.
Oh wait, I can't Scry 2. Damn it!
Get hushed.
Oh my god. Probably came through
This
This is what happens. The Boros player's like, well, fine, I will take the ball home with me.
Chris is just gonna play Hate Bears.
Don't. I play Hate Bears. It's my job. Don't encroach on my stream telling someone to play Hate Bears.
He's gonna play Collect Roof and pass turn.
There's a Boros Locket.
Yeah, Dan, your politic game isn't great. You should have said, like, before combat, you realize that I have a Pernicious Deed, and if I pop it, Lily has an Avison, so it will basically make her win. I would have responded to that line of reasoning.
I was trying to intimate that. I just thought your board evaluation skills were better.
Wow.
Aggressive.
I mean, to be fair, I missed that you could put the Ramos mana into it.
Yeah, I also didn't
you're
see
right.
that.
I should have been in a do or die situation. I should have been clear about that because I was trying to intimate that during your upkeep.
I was like, well, fine, I lose my 4-drop and my Mask of Memory. I don't give a shit. Like,
So from this Pramicon, I can only attack Angelo.
Correct.
Okay, fine. That works for me.
who can I attack?
You can attack Andy.
No, wait,
No,
no, you
no.
can
You
only
can
attack
attack-
Lily.
You can attack me
Well, that sucks because
you already have a Hushbringer.
I'm trying to buy you time, Kristen.
what does this buy me time?
It means
I don't know.
I can't hit you.
Ugh.
I think you can.
All we
I
need
think
to
the only person
do
who attacks you is ALK.
look,
I don't know.
everyone calm down. All we need to do is draw an exile spell that kills out Avison, and then we're fine.
Yeah. It do actually be like that.
I'm just gonna
So,
sit here
as
putting
soon as
4
we
mana
do
into Rogue's Passage and just taking 1 life at a time.
Hey, that's like 4. That's like 4 and tap, gain 1 life, deal 1.
And
life.
eventually, Mana Crypt's gonna kill Lily. So
Yeah, I've not
See?
had the best luck of Mana Crypt.
Could have killed it quicker if Gisela was in play.
It would.
Just saying.
Right. That's a good magic card.
maybe next time, don't attack me with Giselle.
I'm gonna play this.
You're such a subversive Magic player. You're very good at politicking when you're always definitely in charge of the game. Like, even now, I think you're in charge of the game. You're like
Well,
such a
I mean,
schemer.
He has Eerie Ultimatum and Ruinous Ultimatum in hand.
I don't have the mana for either of them though. Maybe I have the mana,
Yet.
but I definitely don't have the mana for Eerie, thanks to me blowing up my own Chromatic Lantern.
2.
You better not bear punch the Hushbringer.
Oh god, I can do that.
Like, it's actually helping you right now.
Oh, I don't plan on doing it. Don't worry. I'm playing this. I'm playing this magic card instead.
I mean, Lily has been out of control for the last like 5 turns, and we're all squabbling with each other about it.
Vanquish's banner might just be that good. That's all I'm saying. Bap this, bap it there, and get those big baps. Get those big baps. I'm gonna play Kindred Summons for 5.
Oh Jesus!
Jeez.
Yeah.
And yeah, Anton, I try and curate my board wipes to my deck as much as possible. If I am playing like my Akiri deck, I want God, I can never remember the name. The one from Innistrad. 4 mana, everyone picks one, you sack the rest.
Divine Reckoning.
Yes, Divine Reckoning.
Yeah, I
I
played that
play
in
that.
Sigwin. It's very good in there too.
Right, what do I get?
If I'm playing a deck with 1 and 2 power creatures, I might run a Slaughter this strong. Who knows? I'm playing Dawn Dusk. So I think people need to curate board wipes more because they've made a lot of different ones.
I think they always come in the list slightly below like the top ones, though. You'd always run the top ones first.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people didn't use EDHrec, they would have better deck choices.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that to trigger me, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I get in arguments on Twitter about this all the
It's
time.
fine though, because burns entering the battlefield don't cause Angelos to trigger.
It's true.
Are you literally only attacking with 1 creature? I don't have all day. You might.
Well, I can't. What am I going to do? Attack with one of my other creatures and just get chumped, and then maybe kill a Charming Prince? I've only got 3 creatures that can attack.
For free.
What? Well,
Duskwatch can attack for free.
How is it a free attack? It just gets blocked by Pramicon.
Oh wait, I thought you were attacking.
No, I can only attack Jeskai.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to keep Ulvamore Tracker back in case I want to fight Bear. Fight Bear, Defender of the Universe. Bam, 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 bam.
I would disagree, Hulkinter. Not that I don't think EDHrec is bad at all. I think it's a great resource, and I think it's a very useful, and there is like a lot you can learn about the format. But I do think that blindly copying and pasting the top cards is a design flaw in the website. And like there are things that could be improved about that website, but like overall, I think it's very good for the format.
I am very guilty of building a deck.
I can only attack Lily.
Yes.
This is impossible. How am I supposed to do anything?
For right now,
I got a very weak set of cards from my Kindred Summons, at least.
You're also implying that I'm not going to change the direction that Pramicon is forcing combat in like 2 turns.
You're implying
I'm trying to buy you time.
Angelo, you're implying you'll be alive in 2 turns.
Well, that's implying that you're going to kill me in 2 turns.
I intend to.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll keep that in mind then.
Take a deep breath and need to remember that we have to exile Avacyn. And once we exile Avacyn,
then the world will be a better place.
Yes.
I'm just continuously baffled in this game that the only piece of removal has been a Pernicious Deed and a Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's a 5-color deck. There's a 3-color deck.
I've had 3 pieces of removal, but you've wheeled them all away.
I've removed things. I devout chaplained 2 cards.
Yeah, you killed a god.
I killed a god. Oh, cool! I get to flip my Dustwatch Recruiter. Oh no, I get to flip my Dustwatch Recruiter. I wanted to use it to dig through my deck.
I can only attack Kristen.
Rawr.
Well, that's a card. Does that really do anything for me? No, because I have a different version of that card also.
I mean, I lost this game when I stacked those triggers the wrong way around, so...
Yeah, I think that was like actually such a huge loss there. Like unexpected.
Like such
so.
a massive tempo swing.
Because it was like, oh, wipe the board, but my board's fine. And have a big old snake bird.
Bird serpent, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Dragon.
Oh no, the bird serpent would die because it has to flicker the things away.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't know how magic cards
Well,
work.
I don't want to attack Kristen because Dethrone doesn't trigger.
And you don't want to attack Lily
Because you
because
can't.
then it dies.
I can't.
Oh yeah, that works too.
Because that's how magic works.
Someone just deal with this bloody everything.
I can't.
I would, but I can't, so I shan't. Uh-oh, I'm about to concede the game due to inactivity. I have 4 minutes left.
Oh, play some cards. Yeah. Kind of to chime in on the EDHrec debate, which is a very scary debate to have with Angelo literally present.
I mean, what's he gonna do?
I don't know.
Hey, I am not the owner or curator of this site. I can only talk about my perspective, so I don't think it's as scary as you think. But
I know, but I don't want
I know what to do. The entire point of my deck.
I don't want to end up blacklisting myself from ever appearing in EDHrec based content. I don't think it's homogenizing the format as much as people are saying, but I do think. Oh no!
yikes!
That's a magic card.
You enabled this, Angelo. You enabled
I'm sorry,
it.
what?
This is just so you. You're enabling all this.
But I'm
an enabler.
I think it might be taking some levels of creativity away from the format.
So I like EDHrec.
And I will say this as someone that uses EDHrec pretty much every day.
Like, I like it as so I like to do the research in my own collection first and build a prototype of a deck. And then I will eventually, like in my article, Deck Building Offline, plug, I will eventually then check EDHrec afterwards just to see what I missed. And I think that is probably, for most established and franchise players, I think that's the way most of them use it. I think it is good in a sense that it helps casual players catch up quicker.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they sometimes miss the exploratory phase of their growth as a player when they just rely on it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I will always fondly remember one of my first Commander decks of playing.
I was going to make a really dirty joke right then.
Thank you, Piginta.
I'll always remember playing Kemba Car Regent, half cat tribal, half equipment tribal, but then also playing all the Caldra pieces and thinking, oh, this is the hottest shit ever. Because it's one of the first things I've ever built. But I don't know, I think especially because I was playing Commander in the era where there was only 2 precons released at that time. You had the first wave and the Aloro wave. I only remember that because Aloro was just the only one people bought from the store. Except for me, where I bought 4 copies of the one that had True Name Nemesis in.
Yeah,
instead.
I was going to say the True Name Nemesis one.
Yeah, well, it turns out when I can buy precons at cost, I could easily get myself a playset of True Name Nemesis for my Merfolk deck. But no,
So can we just rewind a second?
It's going to work out the way you think it's going to work out, bud. Or are you going to reset Pramicon?
We just rewind a second to turn 0, where I said very graciously that I wanted to have a fun game and didn't include Winter Orb and Helm of the Host. And there's a door to nothingness. The last game, like every single game on stream I've had, I've been too nice. No more. I'm bringing the horrible shit next time. Land destroy.
Kristen, I have always said you play whatever you want. I've never once said don't play anything, because if you want to rock up with that, it gives me more freedom to play cards I really want to play as well.
I just find it
because in your evaluation of that means that you play decks that are just stronger than Boros decks, so it doesn't really work.
I kind of get what you're saying.
That's the problem, because as soon as someone plays like a Winter Orb, everyone thinks, oh cool, well I can just play Sultai Degeneracy, that's fair. And it's like, well no, not necessarily.
I just want to be able to play Grand Arbiter at some point. I want to play my favourite deck on stream. I've never been able to. Wait, what does Soul Herder do?
It's a fantastic magic card.
At the beginning of your end step, you may exile another target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Gotcha. That's a good
Dan,
card.
you have an interesting decision to make soon because Angelo is going to win by exiling our permanents.
Debatably.
No,
And
it's
Lily
not.
might is
I'm
just
just-
untouchable right now.
I'm just going to kill Angelo. Oh, I can't. Pramicon. Does
No,
Pramicon
Yeah,
get
and that's why I shifted it, because I
Lily
knew that you
was
wanted to
at
kill
that.
me.
By the time I can door, I know who's getting doored. That's not necessarily true. Anton in the chat saying EDHrec causes imagination because people don't think would just copy a list of Reddits. Giving people data is not changing their behavior, but what they can conclude in their decision in the scope of their knowledge. I mean, giving people data and how they get their data is incredibly influential over how people think and what decisions they make. You see this all the time in the US with things like Facebook news and Fox News influencing how people think and how they vote. So like having I'm not necessarily saying that EDHrec existing is a bad thing. I'm just saying its existence influences how people think about building EDH decks.
Well, so part because I've been kind of quiet on it. I'm not trying to like go overboard on anything, but the truth of anything is that observing a thing changes a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like by observing the format and by curating data, it is going to change it. But the thing is that a lot of the issues that people have with EDHrec is entirely user-based error as opposed to the site. Like,
Well, that's
we're
my point is user
Yeah.
error. Like, to just say, oh, it's all
Correct.
user error, that's a design flaw on the website at some
Wait,
point.
back to the game for just 1 second.
Yes.
Why is Pramicon in the command zone?
I
Lily killed
I
it.
bear punched it.
Okay, because it's not in the game log.
What? It's not.
Huh.
No.
That means that
you
I should
have-
get Pramicon back, so.
Yeah, you have
it should just
Princess Lee
yield to
activates
the
an ability of Ulvenwald Tracker targeting Avacyn and Pramicon, but you never see it die.
Huh.
That's so wild.
Yeah, because I was not looking for the activated ability. I was looking for like it resolving in the
Yeah.
log and choosing where to put Pramicon.
Mm.
I feel like I'm going to get killed now because of.
Oh, someone's gonna get these hands. That's for certain. I'm just working out where these hands are gonna get.
I mean, Lily's won the game.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Debatably.
You should just end it.
I'm trying to at this point. Let me just end myself.
I mean, I agree with Paul in the chat that, like, EDH podcasts and the popularity of stuff like the Command Zone also has an influence on the format to the point where it can cause, financial swings and stuff. Is
Right,
Yeah.
do that
No,
into this.
incredibly influential too.
Well, yeah, and again, by interacting with something, you're going to change it. Like it's inevitable that something like that is going to happen. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's the podcast, the website, anything. It's going to change because people are putting their hands in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, did I reveal a creature that's actually helpful? This Ewit probably is.
Do you need something that's actually helpful?
I think I always need something that's actually helpful. I think I have to bear punch the Hushbringer this turn. Fight Bear does the fight thing. Like this. I just heard the Magic
sorry.
Online sound and it really scared me. Right. Yeah, I think I kind of just get a guaranteed win now. play Ewit. Oh, thank
Hey,
you.
I'm not going to complain if you get the first one on your own stream.
It would be nice. It doesn't happen
Ewit.
as often as people expect.
From a distance, that Ewit looks like it has a beard.
Oh, it's beard wit. It's the eternal Gandalf. Right, you can go over there. You go here. What do we get off Ewit? I think there's a good card. It's this. We hook back the card that started it all, the Heron's Grace Champion.
Oh, also, Anton, you posed a question to me yesterday. You want to know the villain origin story? About why I am the way that I am and why I support Jeskai.
Why are the way that you are? I hate
Yeah, why am I the way
so
that I
many
am?
things about the way that you choose to be.
Basically, it involves time travel because his origin story is me in this game playing Boros, not drawing cards.
Yes, correct. And so I
It-
manifested
it's
as
a
a
loop.
Boros player who wants to draw cards. No, I originally started off as an Orzhov mage because I got the Exalted precon.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Because, black and white knights and blah, blah, blah. But then Return to Ravnica came out, and I had to pick not Orzhov because they weren't part of the 5.
Yeah.
And so I went with Azorius. I was like, oh, that's fun. I get to draw cards and wipe the board and do stuff like that. And, when you're super new, you play, cards that you own as the format. And I was with my buddy, and this was after Gatecrash came out, and I was playing just straight blue-white, and he's like, oh, why don't you splash red? Like, you get, like, Niv Mizzet and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I don't know. And he goes, oh, well, how about Assemble the Legion? Because then if you board wipe, you just get your tokens afterwards. And I was like, wait, what? And so I got to play Assemble the Legion with 4 Supreme Verdicts, and that's how the evil started.
Call it me.
I'm seeing if I can get a kill on everyone.
By swinging everything at me.
No, everything's
Math
at you.
hard.
It certainly looks like it.
There is a something's
The only
okay,
thing that's
okay.
not at me is Avacyn right now.
Is it? Yes. This will.
Well, that sounds like it could
If
get
you can't
really
kill
bad.
all of us in one turn, I think I'm the one that's least likely to have an answer.
Oh, don't worry. If I can't kill everyone in one turn, things are going back and then swinging at Jeskai instead. I was just using your
hold
life
on.
total as a counter because you have the most.
Wait a second.
Yeah, I don't think I can kill everyone. In that case, right? You go back and you hit here. You go back and you hit here.
You should at least kill one person.
I can kill everyone but you. Because because with Odric nothing can block.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 3, 6.
Oh, she has freaking
11.
Mother of Rings out.
Yep.
Everything has so many abilities. What is happening?
Settle the wreckage.
Yep. A settle would really upset me.
I don't have it.
Yeah, but
It's not even in the deck.
Angelo might.
Angelo does have settle mana up.
I also have Evacuation mana up.
Oh, that's a card. You can stay attacking there. I think we live in the world where you just don't have it.
Yeah.
And if you do, good job, you've got it. If not, then I get to live in the world where 2 people die and I don't. Yeah, fuck it.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
I live in that world all the time. Not to be dark about it, but
Odric. Okay, so I choose blockers. I don't. Nice and simple. No, I don't want to choose. I've already said no. Magic Online. Magic Online, why are you not a very good program? Genuinely, though, I actually think Magic Online is a better program than Arena. And I will die on that hill. I think at the very
I think
least...
we're all going to die on this hill with you right now.
I'm going to be alive. I'm alive on this hill. This hill's pretty comfortable for me. Until Settle the Wreckage happens.
I just don't think Magic can be a very good computer game. Like,
Yeah, because there's too many.
so,
There's too many shortcuts that the human brain can take that a computer can't take, right?
Yeah.
mm-hmm. So like Magic Online tries to completely reproduce the rules and becomes a nightmare because of it. Oh, I'm dead. And then Arena tries to shortcut it and make it into like a visually palatable presentation, then just like ends up not succeeding.
It's just Hearthstone.
Yeah, it's just like bad Hearthstone.
Yeah.
And the only reason it's so successful is because the core gameplay behind Magic is so good that like people are willing to put up with bad clients.
Kristen, I really want to see Path Wrath. It made me so happy.
I have to spend like 8 mana to draw a card.
Oh me, jeez. Good old Boros draw card effects.
Now, if Kristen Paths and Wrath, then Angelo and I are going to start our own game. Yeah, like webcam EDH is actually might be the best Commander online platform.
Yeah, I really wish I had the resources to do it, because I would love to.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to, because Chase asked me to go on her stream and play, and I was playing with Mudsta, her, and Logan, and I was surprised at like how quickly it was. It was almost like playing like a regular game. But I had to put I put hangers off of my ceiling, and that's how I position my webcam is with hangers.
That's great. GG.
Hooray!
Alrighty.
Yeah. Well, Selesnya Humans kind of actually got there.
That was scary.
I'm surprised. But yeah,
the power of the program stacking triggers in the wrong order.
Yeah. I win through default.
That laugh there suggests you did debate me. Be careful. That's very black manner of you.
But yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping it up here. Just because it's getting on a bit. I'm getting little hungry. Again, I mean, I've had lunch, but that does not sate me.
Oh,
But no, thank you ever so much, the three of you, for coming on to the debut/pilot episode or proof of concept of Commander in Chat. I think there are still some things to work out, but I hope you had a good time.
Definitely.
Yeah,
if you didn't, that's bad, because I feel like I failed in some way. But no, thank you ever so much, all three of you, because
thanks for having us.
It really meant a lot, you agreeing to sign on to something that I didn't know if it had legs or not. The kind of thing. And thank you for just having faith in what I'm doing.
Yeah, thank you for having us down. It was really fun.
You're more than welcome. So yeah, I'm going to give everyone kind of a moment again to just peep out their channels. So we'll start with Kristen. Kristen, just for anyone who might not have been here when we started, who are you? What do you do?
I am primarily a writer at Hipsters of the Coast. I'm also the content manager there, so I do lots of like behind the scenes things to make things happen. I also dabble in podcasts. I do one with Commander Replay called Legion's Initiative.
Yep.
You can find me on Twitter at the Kristen Emily. And if you ever get a chance to play against me in paper, you'll find that I similarly nerf my own decks for the sake of fun. Maybe next time I'll play a slightly more horrible one.
Well, I'd love to have you back on for that.
Yeah, I'd love to come back. Thank you.
Wonderful. Right, moving on to ALK Alters.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Alters ALK. I think the other way around was taken, which is annoying. I'm also this weekend. I will be on a game stream for my improv group, the Auxiliary Improv. You can find all that information at auxiliaryimprov.com. That's also where our burgeoning podcast is getting put up also on YouTube, and I guest on other people's stuff. But I just post about that mostly on Twitter. So
Awesome.
Twitter is the best place to find my stuff.
What are you playing on your stream?
We're just playing Quiplash with custom prompts.
Yeah, awesome. Quippy is a real good time. And finally, of course, Angelo, who are you?
Yes.
What do you do?
I write articles for EDHrec. My articles go out weekly every Tuesday. Except for the little odd ones like set reviews or other things. But you can always find me on Twitter at the Jess Guy. And yeah, I just talk about Magic and Jess Guy things and bother and pester people, and people really seem to like it. And yeah, that's really all I do.
And of course, I am Princess Lily. Find me here on Twitter. No, this isn't Twitter. This is Twitch. You can find me here on Twitch at Princess Lily Chan. But if you're hearing this, you've probably already found me on there. You can also find me on Twitter at Princess Lily MTG, which is kind of what I've started to rebrand as. But I don't think I can change my Twitch handle, so I guess I'm stuck. But yeah, I stream Commando once a week. Maybe going up to twice a week, depends on if I have the energy or time or wanting to do so. But yeah, I stream Commander once a week, and I've decided this might be a fortnightly or maybe monthly thing, depending on interest, etc., etc. But
we're
yeah.
playing Fortnite. Nice.
I'm playing about 40, dropping in the movie place. I didn't play much Fortnite. I play more Apex Legends. That's the good battle royale game. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, because without you, this isn't a thing. If not, it would just be me talking alone. And that's a sad thought. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you all my guests, of course. The guests really make this. I know I'm not the be-all, end-all of Magic. I'm great because of the great people I get to work with.
Oh, give over. You're great. You've got great chemistry with people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just naturally massively charismatic, so you get it one way or the other with me. But no, thank you all, and we're going to be going offline very soon, as in now. So yeah, see you all in the near future.